This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Do Go On. My name is Dave Warnicky and I'm joined by my two faithful pals, Jess and Matt.
We are not
faithful. I've been fucking around on you, Dave.
Oh no.
I have heaps
Potting
of
around.
friends.
I've been potting around on you, Dave.
I'm on 8 other podcasts.
Well, if I could fuck around, I would, but I can't. So I'm stuck with you. And you know what? We've got a special guest here today, which is a rare occurrence for us, but very exciting to welcome from Sanspants Radio. You know him. It's Joel Duscher. Hello.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thanks so much for having me.
You know him. Who are you talking to?
I'm applauding.
Oh, me. I do know him.
Yeah, you've been potting around behind my
Guys.
back on his pod.
I've potted with the douche. Twice.
You have, twice. Both great episodes. Great times.
They were great times.
He's just saying that because
I found out that, and people have told me a few times since, that your pod, it has a lot to do with fucking animals.
So there's been a recent trend of, because obviously we don't start episodes like that. There's been a recent trend of the other two in the podcast, Jackson and Joel Zammit, following just like, we'd be like, all right, cool, all right, so which dog should have a superpower? And then we'd be talking for like 20 minutes and all of a sudden someone would be like, yeah, but what would that make their dick like? And then all of a sudden we're talking about dog dick. And it happened with your episode, but also we had Al from Two in the Think Tank on recently, and exactly the same thing happened.
Straight to dog dick.
Well, it was his fault this time because we were doing an episode. Actually, it wouldn't have come out yet, so here's a bit of a sneak peek.
Oh.
It was which fictional character doesn't have a dog but should have a dog?
Right.
That was the topic.
I love it.
Forrest Gump.
Good answer.
He should definitely have a dog.
Well, I mean, like, he would be well exercised from when he, like, walked across
Totally.
America. Yeah.
And I think, because I think at times he's quite lonely.
Yeah.
I think he'd probably kill the dog by giving it chocolate.
No, he's not. Well, he's a simple man, but he's not an idiot.
Well,
It's hard to say. Like, everyone should go back and watch Forrest Gump and imagine if there was a dog there and just see what happened.
Yeah.
Imagine it watching the ping pong going backwards and
Oh,
forwards.
I'd love it. I'm imagining a Labrador too, by the way. Or maybe like a beagle.
See, I was imagining a small, fluffy dog.
Ah, interesting.
So the dog's small and fluffy, but what's its dick like?
Now it's pretty much sounds like an episode of Following the Death Star.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, that's pretty much what happened in that episode. Was things were fine for about 25 minutes. We're all having a great time, and then we spoke about Spider-Man, and then we were just saying dog Spider-Man, and then we were worried about because like a man climbing a wall versus a dog walking up a wall, you'd be just like looking out a window at
its dick.
yeah, and then things just got
Well, not if
wildly
it's
out of
wearing-
control from there.
The spandex.
Well, I tried to suggest that, and then unfortunately the other three boys, Alistair was to blame for this too. Ran with it. It was...
Al's a real yes man.
Yes, and man.
He's a yes and man. He's and a man.
yes and more, dog dick.
But yeah, if you haven't listened to Following the Death Star, it's worth a listen, and it's not all just dog genitalia. We talk about other animals too.
Though any other episode with dog dick is a good jumping off point. is what you're saying.
Well, any episode that Matt was on, and also any episode that Al appears on, which one has come out, and we're releasing another one with him on it.
Dave was on an episode a couple of years ago as well.
He was on Shut Up a Second.
Yeah, that was good fun.
right.
Which I was going to bring
What
up
about
today
birds?
because the day that we recorded that episode was also the day that you got the Do Go On art. And I remember because Dave was talking to us about like launching a podcast.
Yeah, that's
like,
right. And I showed, I was like, is this logo okay? Because I made it, and I'm no Photoshop genius.
You're pretty good.
Yeah.
Thank
Great
you.
colours.
You do all our Photoshop stuff.
I am a Photoshop savant, just not a genius.
So yeah, if someone goes back through the Shut Up a Second archives, Birds and Birds Part 2, Is There Any Birds Left? The two very, very good episodes, and are often cited by our fans as some of the best. So,
Had a lot of fun, though I did not know at the time that flamingos can fly, and that's embarrassing.
yeah, actually,
None of us did.
yeah, we could. We actually got a really angry tweet from Mr. Sunday Movies about that.
I'm not surprised.
They can?
It was like, flamingos can fly, you dumb fucks. But then deleted it because in the episode we end up watching a video of flamingos flying. But like,
I love
they
a
just hang
podcaster who goes early on an angry tweet. Doesn't even listen to the end of the episode.
Do they fold up their legs? Or their legs just hang?
No, their legs are like, I'm pretty sure, like straight out behind them.
Yeah, they look like a Concorde style plane, like
Yeah.
long and thin.
That sounds
dumb.
awesome. I mean, dumb.
Yeah.
That looks so silly.
I love flamingos.
Did you know they could fly? Or you hadn't thought about it? Because I think that was the trap we fell into.
Yeah.
We just
Yeah,
hadn't thought
I
about
never
it.
considered it.
Now I can't.
Not surprised either way.
I've also never thought about if zebras can fly, and they can't, so
50-50 shot,
50-50.
really.
There you go.
All right.
50-50.
Hey, Dave, do you want to explain to Duscher how the show works while I'll just, on this mic, plug my festival shows, okay? So you quietly... Can we do that? So if people want to listen to you explaining the show, they can put your left earbud in.
We're
and if you want to
definitely-
hear me plug...
You don't understand how this works.
We are not panned at all. We're in stereo.
We've been panned by the critics, mate.
Don't give me a thumbs up. I'm not backing you on that one.
Being panned by the critics is not a good thing, by the way.
Oh, no.
Critically panned, it says on our poster.
Can I just quit very quickly? I am doing my show, which is called Dry Ginger Mail at the Perth Fringe World, Adelaide Fringe, Brisbane Comedy Festival and Melbourne Comedy Festival from January through till April. And you can find out all the details about that on mattstewartcomedy.com/shows, I think. Or gigs. Is it gigs?
It's gigs.
Gigs. Great.
On your new website that you did, it's gigs.
Perfect. And if you use the discount code DOGOON, or one word, you'll get some sort of a discount off. Dave thinks it's 98%. I'm pretty sure it's less.
Yeah,
than that.
98%.
I think it's
No,
less than
the
that.
98% was just the code that you were going to create just for us
Yeah,
that nobody
right.
else was going to use. They were going to promise.
If we type in 98, but no one else is allowed to use that.
Perfect.
then we get 98%.
And we've still got tickets for sale for our Melbourne International Comedy Festival Do Go On shows. We got 4 of them on.
Saturday afternoons.
But they are flying out the door.
And you can get tickets where you get tickets for them, Dave?
Comedyfestival.com.au, or there's a link in the description of this episode.
Perfect. I'll put a link to my gigs or shows website as well.
And while we're all plugging things, if you are in Perth or you are in Adelaide...
Yeah, that's right. You'll be there for many of your live shows for
Yes.
the Dog Dick Extravaganza.
Can I be on one?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure... I mean, this isn't in concrete, but we'll leave it in the episode. I'm happy to put speculation in there. I'm pretty sure you're going to be at the Adelaide, like, in our Adelaide show.
Sick, all right.
Yeah, like...
What a way to find out.
I was told this, so I'm not sure if you weren't aware. And
Well,
I don't know.
yeah, we got similar people looking after us.
Yeah, so I guess we just got managed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
His people call your people, which aren't the same people.
the 2 phones is a bit much. It's one person.
They got to act it out. Otherwise, what are they getting paid for?
But yeah, we're also doing shows at the Perth Fringe, Adelaide Fringe, Melbourne Comedy Festival as well. But we're also would have just done a show in Melbourne when this episode comes out. I
Wow,
hope it went well.
people should
People should have gone.
regret that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you dummies.
Anyway, all right, Dave, then. Just in case Duscher doesn't understand what the show is, which we're really fingers crossed he does because he's doing the report today.
That's right. You've come all this way.
Report? What?
So if you haven't heard the show before, Duscher, I assume you have.
I have.
Thank goodness for that. He said it one time.
That's all you need.
You get the gist. You've heard one, you've heard them all, right? It's not like the topics are different in any way. What happens is one of us is given a topic to report on. Mm-hmm. Usually it's Matt, Jess, or I, but this week it is you. And the other people in the room, which is the 3 of us, don't know what the topic is going to be.
And I believe that I ask a question and then you guys have to guess, right?
Yes, you
Correct.
ask a question to get us onto that topic.
It's so rare that the 3 of us, because normally when Dave does a report, it's the Sass twins get to hang shit on Dave. It's so rare that the 3 of us just get to be loosey-goosey.
And get to hang shit on a special guest.
Yeah.
I'm real excited for the bullying that's about to happen.
Yeah. The friendly bullying.
Friendly bullying. The tears are friendly too.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so my topic, I've thought long and hard about this. Mm-hmm. And I decided...
Which is very do go on of you,
Yeah.
because especially the question part.
So, well, I haven't thought hard about the question at all.
Great.
That's
Perfect.
where I was going to go into it.
Sorry, that's good.
So, who is the most handsome man you can think of in Hollywood today.
Matt Stewart.
Hollywood today. Thank you, Jess.
I'm guessing well, that's it. I've nailed it.
All right. Well, I was going to do a joke answer. Brad Pitt. Now, what's that guy?
Channing
I always
Tatum.
forget his name, but he's the guy who...
John Goodman.
I don't understand.
Oh, close.
Actually.
No.
Oh, damn. Also,
He was in that Steve Carell movie and the Notebook movie, and
Steve Carell?
And he's sort of
Ryan Gosling.
Yes, Ryan Gosling. He's the guy who I think people normally say is the most handsome, but I don't fully see it. But he does. He seems like a nice guy. I'm not saying he's a bad guy.
He
Well-
was cast in the Notebook because they wanted someone kind of plain looking.
Yeah, that's what I think. He just looks like a real,
Is
like
that
if
true?
someone drew him
Yeah.
with
That
a
is
pencil.
absolutely true, and I know that because that is today's topic.
Oh, what? Ryan Gosling.
yes.
Wait,
I'm
how did you
so
come to that?
I'm so okay with this.
Okay, so he is probably my favorite actor of all time. Wow. I'm very fond of a lot of his films, and I know that I know at this point, Do Go On listeners would have already seen the title of the episode, so
Yeah.
they would have got there already, and may not have listened to it because it's not a murder mystery. I know that your audience is very fond of those.
So you're telling us he's not going to die?
No, he doesn't.
Or murder someone.
Or murder anyone. Well,
We don't know.
He's yet to murder anyone.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
at the time of recording, he has not died or murdered anyone.
But I'm happy to come back into a Ryan Gosling part 2 if either of those things happen, especially in a mysterious way.
Perfect.
But yeah, no, big fan of him. And
We have to call it Ryan Gosling to even more Ryan Gosling. Just like the Birds episode of your show.
Goslings are a kind of bird.
they are.
Can they fly?
Yes.
Yes.
What is wrong with you?
I just don't know if birds can fly. I'm bad. We discovered last week
Well,
with
maybe-
colours, and I'm bad with bird flying abilities.
Maybe goslings can't fly till they're...
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Until they,
Yeah.
until they are geese.
If you see a flying gosling, you're looking at a goose. That's how they define it.
Just the smug look on his face.
You're looking at
It was like a centuries old saying.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm clever because I know this.
Yeah.
I feel like somehow you could work into it that you're really looking into a mirror and you're looking at a goose. Because you're
You're the goose.
at yourself, you're a goose. Goslings can't fly, which may not even be true. All right.
Well, they got to learn at some point, don't they?
I might come back and do an episode on geese.
Yeah.
It's Ryan Gosling part 2 geese.
If you wouldn't mind.
Ryan Goose.
Ryan Goose.
He's become the goose.
Well,
So I don't know about you guys. I don't know much about the man.
I do.
Jess and Matt, you know a bit.
I know a bit.
I don't know anything about
I'm
him.
also
I've
a
seen
fan.
some of his movies.
I can't. Are you going to go through some of the movies he's
I'm
in?
going to go through a lot of the movies he's in. Because he's like, his career is like, it's big, but it's not like, I pretty much touch on his whole filmography without it being a 3-hour report kind of thing.
Sure.
Right, because I don't know. I can't recall if I've ever seen a film he's
That
in.
Crazy
Of
Stupid
course you
Love
have.
is the one I've seen, and I haven't seen that book. What else is he in?
Have you seen The Nice Guys?
Oh, I've seen the one with,
Nice
is that
Guys.
with Russell Crowe?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that one. I
La
like
La
that.
Land.
I haven't seen it.
These are all no's.
I thought you were a big movie man, Dave.
You're not a big movie man at all.
No, I didn't have enough time.
You like the Oscars, though.
Which La La Land swept. So it's
Yeah, there you go.
Except when it won Best Picture, but then...
But it didn't.
Yeah. Oh, that was good. Anyway, so I'll launch like straight into it. So
Yes.
I knew like a lot about like Ryan Gosling's like Hollywood times basically, but I had no idea about his early life. Turns out he had a real fucked childhood.
Oh.
But not in like the his parents were abusive and like it's just like weird.
Perfect.
So he was born on the 12th of November in 1980 in London, but the one in Canada, not
That is weird.
not the UK. He's Canadian. He is the son of Thomas and Donna Gosling.
Donna Gosling is a great name. Tom Gosling. Tom Gos. I love it. Guys, I love it.
What about Donna Gos?
I'm so in straight away. Donna Gos. Fuck yes.
Great names.
Jess will turn at some point.
Yeah.
Well, Tom Gos was a traveling salesman for a paper mill, which I then was like, how are you a traveling salesman for a paper mill? Second guess myself. I was like, maybe I just don't know what a paper mill is. No, it's a factory that makes paper. So I guess he was a door-to-door salesman that just sold paper.
Paper.
Sick.
And
People need paper.
Donna was a secretary. They both come from French-Canadian descent, which in theory then makes Ryan Gosling French-Canadian.
You saying that slightly in a French-Canadian accent?
No, this is just my voice.
Great, perfect.
Yeah.
Just wanted to qualify that.
No, that's fine.
Okay. I didn't hear it any differently.
French-Canadian?
Well, anyway,
That's my
like,
French friend.
There's that bullying.
Yeah, that subtle difference between Canadian and French Canadian.
Yeah.
Here's my Canadian. Okay, hello. I am from Canada.
Good.
All right, now here's
Yeah.
my French Canadian.
Yeah.
Hello, I am from French Canada.
Very good.
yes.
Very good.
nailed it.
Thank you.
And yeah, just another thing about his parents. So he was raised Mormon. His
I
parents
saw
were
the Book of Mormon last night.
whoa, relevant. That's a great show. I like people like it's won a lot of awards, but it's very, very good.
It's funny, it's divided this room. Dave, not a fan. Thought it was all right. You think it's the best thing you've ever seen.
Ever seen? Like I've actually changed my report midway through. It's now about the Book of Mormon. Now it's the
Awesome.
greatest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Jess, have you seen it?
I haven't.
Well,
I reckon you're
Oh, here
possibly more into shit things like Riverdance than Matt and I. So
we go. Why do you need to bring that up? Why do you
Actually,
bring it up
I'm
again?
glad to bring up Riverdance. My sister does Irish dancing, and I fucking hate it.
Oh,
garbage.
geez, that turned
did
in the
turn.
middle.
because I was about to apologise.
Nah, it's no good. She's not River. I almost said Riverdale. That's a different thing.
That's a different thing.
She's definitely not riveting when she's
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there.
she's fine. Saw her earlier today. She didn't impress me that much, I guess.
When do your siblings ever impress you?
Yeah, I'm
though?
not like I don't know. Like she should have tried a bit harder, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was very hungover.
Okay.
Unprofessional. Sunday morning. Went out for here's more bonus facts about my family. Today's my mum's birthday. So we went out for brunch and my sister rocked up very hungover and just didn't say anything.
And you
which
left
led me
early to go to a podcast. So
Yeah.
her kids are fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was your sister Irish dancing at this breakfast?
She wasn't Irish dancing at this breakfast.
She
no.
did drink
Right.
an Irish breakfast tea,
Because when
though.
you said she didn't impress me, I assumed.
She was dancing. No, I did word it.
So you
oddly.
mean she just didn't impress you at the breakfast?
Yeah. She was just like a subpar performance at
Just
breakfast.
loved the idea of someone being impressed at a breakfast. Wow, she impressed me.
She was on.
Yeah, she
I-
was very off.
I'm having family dinner with my parents and my brother this coming Friday, so I'm going to give him a rating.
Yeah,
now.
good idea.
I'll let you know.
Just let me know if he's impressive or not. Like, just like you're like,
Yeah.
friendly conversation, bit
Yep.
of banter. That's good. My
Eye
sister just did
contact.
Eye contact.
Don't
Yes.
get a lot of that from him.
Ryan Gosling. Does
Ryan
he
Gosling.
impress you much?
He does impress him.
Hey, let me ask you this. Could you please Duscher go on?
Oh,
That is why we invited you here.
like you've
For that
nailed it.
moment.
And you used it very early. But that's good because it means that you can use it so much because now
Yeah.
I've already gone on a sidetrack.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
yeah, again. You can use it
Exactly.
so much that like it'll stop being funny, but then by like the 10th time again, people will be like, that's what I'm here for.
It's
still."
good. Yeah. You got to keep going. So he's,
Yeah.
he's raised Mormon.
Raised Mormon. His parents were super about being Mormon. Ryan Gosling, however, was not, even from a young age, was just like, I don't get this. It's not for me.
That's so smart.
He actually had,
Or not, depending on how real the Heavenly Father is.
and which Heavenly Father is the real one if he is real.
Well, because I grew up Catholic, right? And I just imagine nearly any religion as a kid, I would have been like, yeah, well, if the adults say this is true.
Yeah.
Any kid who goes to their parents goes, what you're telling me is definitely true, I don't believe. Those people they've got some bit of their brain that I don't have.
They're clever. They're grown up. They're bigger than me. I
Yeah.
should believe them. And if they say there is a man in the sky,
Yes.
there absolutely is. I get it. Like, I understand. I was also raised Catholic, so like,
Yeah, I just fully believe. I don't remember ever being near doubting anything.
it's just like, yeah, it's time to pray. It makes sense. Right, I'll go on again. Yeah,
Yeah,
doing
he's
it to
two
himself.
sentences in.
I'm like,
This feels pretty normal.
Let him go.
he had like a rough childhood, and in interviews, he's quoted saying he hated being a child. He was just like very excited to grow up. He's always wanted to be like.
I hate being a child. Imagine a child saying
I
that.
can't wait to pay tax.
So while he hated being a child, he always wanted to be an actor, and from a very young age, he was very inspired by Dick Tracy and other films. The other films thing comes in very soon, and it's just something I want to bookmark because I purposely didn't reveal what film it was. This is a bit sad too. He was bullied in elementary school, and he again quoted saying he didn't really have friends until he was 14 or 15. Schooling was a weird time for the Goz. He got suspended after an intense incident where he recreated a scene from one of his favorite films. Other films, Bob. So he was suspended when he brought kitchen knives to school in grade 1 and threw them at other children at recess because it was heavily inspired by First Blood, Rambo. So yeah, he was really young. And
He just turns to the teacher and says, you're going to need one thing, a good supply of body bags. Starts throwing knives at everyone.
I'm picturing like blunt knife, kitchen knives, like table knives. Are we talking like big, sharp?
I think it was just like, yeah, like it's the information I got. It was just said kitchen knives, but he didn't hurt anyone. So I'm assuming that it was just like table knives,
butter knives,
or he was a bad thrower. If the story could go either way.
Wow.
And another hint that it wasn't too intense is the fact he only got suspended, not expelled.
Yeah.
Kitchen knives also feels like that would probably take in most knives.
Yeah.
Are there many like lounge room knives or
Yeah. Bathroom knives.
bathroom knives? Fetch me the good bathroom knives.
Grandma's coming over.
And also, like, I mean, I've seen First Blood, and the knives, I imagine, like, table knives look closer to the knife Rambo has than, like, a butcher's knife kind of thing. But after the suspension, he was homeschooled by his mother for a year, which he was super into. He thought it, like, really connected him with both his mother and his sister.
Because now the knives and the school are in the same place. It's really
easy to recreate scenes from Rambo movies.
Don't have to transport knives.
Yeah, so he said it was like, obviously it was hard and meant that like making friends became more difficult, but he felt that it like really he's actually quoted saying it helped him see the way of the world as a woman, because he was only influenced by women at this point in his life, because it was his mother and his sister, because his parents got divorced, which is a sad time. School continued to be a rough time. So after he was homeschooled for a year, he went back to school. It's still a bit of a rough time, but he did start making friends. Although he also did something very strange, something that you can still see reflected in his performances today, where he is Canadian, but he doesn't have a Canadian accent. And that's because he created an idiosyncratic accent modeled after Marlon Brando whilst he was in school, because he decided that having a Canadian accent didn't sound tough enough.
Right.
So he was just like, yeah, okay, I need to like, he just changed the way he spoke, and then it's just like kind of stuck.
Thank God he didn't model his speaking voice on Rambo.
Hey.
But in Rambo he says like 2 words as well.
Yeah. I'm
It's got very
sad.
limited vocab. But so can you tell the American from the Canadian accent easily?
Ryan Gosling has a very kind of weird talking style. It is like, it's really mumbly sort of, but it doesn't, you can't really, like, you can understand what he's saying. It's a weird mumble.
It was a strange choice to base it on Marlon Brando's Godfather exclusively. Sorry, Ryan, what?
Well, that shows these two big influences are Sylvester Stallone and Marlon Brando.
That was fantastic.
Thank you.
Like, surprisingly good. Do it again.
Yeah, so I spoke over it, so let's do it again. That's perfect.
Just the jaw.
Yeah.
And the hand gestures.
I was Brando.
Yeah, well,
You were so Brando.
it makes sense, because in The Godfather 2, he was like starting to get really out of shape.
Yeah.
And they needed someone to come in.
Yep.
And that's why they called you.
That's
You're the
right.
best in the biz.
I was back then. That's what I used to do in the decade that movie was made.
You dubbed his voice because unbelievably his speaking voice was less understandable than that.
He was like, hello, I'm Marlon Brando.
This is not tough enough.
And they went, yeah, okay, that's great, Marlon.
great.
Thank
Okay.
you. We'll get somebody else in to do the
Someone
line.
got Matt Stewart's number? He's the best in the biz.
Yeah, no, good job, Marlon. Yeah, we can break for lunch. What the fuck is wrong with you?
He's never been the same since he decided he was too good for acting. And this is where we transition into Ryan Gosling's early acting career and his TV appearances, because something that people often forget is he started as a child actor on TV.
Is he like a Mickey Mouse
Club
He
guy?
absolutely was. So around the same time of his parents' divorce, he attended an open audition for the hip 90s revival of the Mickey Mouse Club. He was successful and got given a 2-year contract, which started his acting career. To do this, he moved to Florida with his mother and older sister.
That's cool. Their mum, like, moved so
Yeah,
they could
yeah.
do that.
God, you must be being paid all right.
And
Move the family.
Yeah.
yeah, and also I guess like, because this wasn't that long after the divorce, it could have also been like, mom was like, fuck yeah, let's get away from all the sad memories.
Fresh start.
Is this the one with like all the other celebrities?
Yeah, it
like
included
Britney?
a variety of people.
Juzzy T?
Yeah, and Christina
Christina
Aguilera.
Aguilera.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
John Goodman.
Really? See, I was
so old.
because I thought Gosling might have been on Roseanne, but that's where I was getting confused because he worked with Godman and Goodman.
Yeah, he played Roseanne's husband at night and Mickey Mouse Club during the day.
Right. Wow, he's versatile. Goodman.
Yeah, blends in, which is why, like Dave had earlier in the episode, people so often struggle to think of where they've seen him because he's literally in everything.
Yes.
Like every single thing.
He's so good.
He's so versatile.
So versatile.
Yeah, so he became friends with Britney, Christina, and Justin Timberlake.
I wonder if they're still friends.
One thing that happened, and I'll get back on what you just said in a second.
Oh.
So one thing that happened with 6 months left of his Mickey Mouse contract, unfortunately his mother had to move back to Canada. So Ryan Gosling moved in with Mr. Sexy Back himself, JT.
John Goodman.
JG. He's bringing sexy back.
And Justin Timberlake's mother became his legal guardian for his remainder of the stay.
Right.
That's nice.
I had no idea about this.
Haven't stayed super in contact, but they do talk every now and then. And whilst because they had such an intense friendship when they were kids, like basically brothers for 6 months at least. They're very supportive of each other's careers. And they don't catch up as much as they'd like.
Sure.
But they're still like...
They're busy.
I hope that's what we get to.
Too successful to be friends.
I'd love to not see you for years.
I just love to be successful.
But then when people ask me, have you seen Matt and Dave? I go, you know what? Not as much as I'd like.
I'm very supportive
But
of
I
their
wish
career.
them well.
Yeah,
wherever they are. No idea.
That's quite brutal, Jess. My heart just sank a little
It's
there.
a long way away, though.
Maybe
Like 20 years from now.
Okay.
You'll probably be dead.
Man, I've come this far. Surely I could do another 20.
I don't know. You're not looking good.
I know I'm a guest here, but it is touch and go.
Yeah. I'm pretty haggard.
Just get through this episode is all I ask.
Okay.
Just take life one episode of Do Go On at a time.
Yeah.
That's sort of how I do it.
Yeah.
Do go on.
So the Mickey Mouse Club revival got cancelled in 1995.
So was it on air for a little bit?
Yeah, it was on air for 2 years.
Right.
Ryan Gosling moved back to Canada and then enjoyed success in a few different kids' TV shows, notably the Goosebumps TV show and Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I loved Are You Afraid of the Dark? Did you watch that?
Yeah. And the answer is yes.
Submitted to the approval for the Midnight Society. Oh, man. It was so good.
That means you
fucking
have seen
nerd.
something Ryan Gosling's in. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Yes, there you go. My favourite Ryan Gosling film, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I love his work. His early work.
His early works, yeah. Well, this is where his roles are just like so ridiculous because like this is something I'd seen him in when I was a kid, but I just had not realized that it was Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
So when he turned 18, so these TV shows stayed on the air for a little bit. So he had work in Canada between the ages of like 15 and 17. When he turned 18, he moved to New Zealand to star in Young Hercules, the spin-off of Hercules: A Legendary Journeys.
What?
As young Hercules.
As young Hercules.
Wow.
The Kevin Sorbo
Yeah,
TV
so
show.
he played young Kevin Sorbo.
His greatest role.
He actually appears
Who's
in,
Kevin Sorbo?
Hercules.
He played Hercules on the TV.
All right, yeah, I probably should have.
I
you've
mean,
seen
context-wise, you could pop that
No,
together.
I thought I was going to be. That's what I sort of thought, but I assumed I would have known Hercules' actor's name.
Yeah, well, if you've seen Xena, Legendary Warrior Princess, he also plays Hercules in that.
Or
Yeah.
Cull the Conqueror.
No, I can.
See, I've
pic-
seen some strange movies. Just nothing mainstream, guys.
Just
maybe
a
I
lot of
can't
Kevin
picture him.
Sorbo films.
I'm picturing
Then didn't
him.
he go on to
Brendan
be the
Fraser.
dad in Seventh Heaven?
What?
Different guy. But
They look similar.
Kevin Sorbo, he was in Meet the Spartans, where he basically played Hercules again, which was that famous parody of 300 made like 10 years too late.
Yeah.
He's in
and-
like a sci-fi show as well. Is he in like Battlestar Galactica or something?
Seventh Heaven.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Funnily,
Yes.
we keep joking about Seventh Heaven. He was also in one of those recent like religious cash grab films that like are made for like $0, are terrible, but make millions and millions. because
Eighth
it's like
Heaven.
Eighth Heaven.
And Seventh Heaven also starred Jessica Biel, who's now married to Justin Timberlake.
And
they all
the
are
circle is
friends.
complete.
And the dog was called Lucky, and many people call Ryan Gosling's career Lucky.
And Lucky had a real funny looking dick.
Welcome to today's episode of Plumbing the Depths. So after working on Young Hercules for a bit, he actually quit because he realized he no longer enjoyed working on the series because he had begun to care too much, which is a very weird reason to quit a job.
I care too much about it.
Yeah, he was like, I was having a good, like, having a good time with it, but then I realized I cared too much about the series, which is funny for two things. One, caring about your job is a terrible reason to quit, but also imagine being in a world where you care too much about the TV series Young Hercules.
Yeah.
Very true.
It's not you, young Hercules. It's me. I just care too much.
Yeah,
I love you so much. This is coming from a good place.
Yeah. It's just like
It's the worst breakup lie I've ever heard.
If I had to list one bad quality about me, it's just that I care too much.
just
About young Hercules.
Yes, about young Hercules.
that is a bad quality. You're right.
Yeah.
Next
I
time
see
you do
it
a
now.
job interview, Dave, I think you should put that down.
I care too much about young Hercules.
Any weaknesses? Yeah, I think I'm too much of a perfectionist, and I care too much about Young Hercules.
You're hired.
Also, this is just a bit of bonus stuff for the listeners out there. Don't say you're a perfectionist in when they ask what your weaknesses are for a job interview. I have to hire people sometimes, and when they say that, I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
You think you're clever? It's not that clever. Everyone says that. Pick something better.
Do you put a line straight through them? Because that's what you should do.
I haven't, but usually when people say that, they also look real smug, and it's just
They're in front of you, so putting a line through them would be pretty full on.
That's pretty brutal.
yeah.
So would you prefer if someone said, I'm a perfectionist or I'm a raging alcoholic?
At least I knew they were being honest.
Yep, there you go.
All right, that's a tip for you guys. If anyone's
Say
about to go for a
raging
job,
alcoholic. Anyone?
what would you say? What's a better softening of
Well,
that?
pick something that's not super relevant to the job, but is also honest. So, say for instance, it's hard to give an example. So I work at a cinema. So if someone was like, I don't know, I'm not great at accounting or something like that, or they're like, hey, yeah, I'm pretty good at a computer, but things like Excel and things like that, I'm not super literate with. I'd be like, that's cool. We can teach you that, or pick something where the training will cover that.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not great at tearing tickets. I'm like,
Don't
it's all
worry.
right. We got the job for you then.
I've got really weak wrists.
I steal from the cash register. Don't worry, we'll train that out of you.
As long as you're not a perfectionist, we can handle thievery. But yeah, basically after he quit Young Hercules, we start to take a step towards the Ryan Gosling that everyone's probably familiar with, where he stepped into independent film. So his first role was hard to get because he got dropped by his agent because he carried too much of a stigma to get roles due to his
agent
involvement.
cared too much.
His agent cared too much about young Ryan Gosling. And also cared too much that he was only associated with children's TV.
Yeah.
Which is also funny because Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, and Young Hercules, they're teen sort of things.
Yeah.
They're not
kids.
it's not like he was in play school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
Well,
a real
Sesame
death
Street,
knell
that's
for a
probably-
career, isn't it? Play school.
Classic.
Jay Lagaya, anybody? Yeah. Yeah, I think I just put a little line through your theory there, Duscher. Jay Lagaya. Anybody?
Noni Hazelhurst.
Thank you.
Saw her in a play a couple of years ago. She said the
Exactly.
C word. And I went, Noni.
The whole crowd did that in unison.
If everyone could tweet, do go on with any time they've heard someone from play school say the C word,
Yeah.
just let us know.
Let us know.
That'd be so good.
So after he got dropped by his agent, he was his life was a bit up in the air, I guess. But he eventually got his first supporting role in a big film where he was in Remember the Titans, which is
Yes.
a film that
I do remember them.
surprised you hadn't seen, Matt.
No, I've seen
You've
that.
seen it? Yeah.
Dave, have you seen
Wait,
Remember
is that the
Titans?
one? It's one of the Gridiron College
Yeah,
movies.
it's,
Is it Denzel Washington?
It's a Denzel
Yes.
one, yeah.
Dave, have you seen it?
I haven't seen this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling in that is quite scrawny and has long hair.
Is he a bit part, a supporting?
He's a supporting role. It's not it's probably a little bit bigger than a bit part, but he also his name wouldn't be on the poster.
4-bit part.
4-bit part, yeah.
Sure.
Is he one of the Titans?
He is
Yes.
one of the
Yes,
Titans.
okay,
great. He pops up really early in the film. He's one of the first characters you see because I watched it recently.
It's so ironic that you couldn't remember if he was one of the Titans.
Well, no, because he's when you make a film about a team, you can't focus on the whole team.
Yeah.
So he's just
Remember all the Titans, including Gosling.
which helped that movie was quite successful, and even though it was only a relatively small role, he was able to get a leading role on the back of that. It was actually quite a controversial role that really helped him shake free of the children's TV stigma that his agent was already carried. So he was in His first leading role in a film was...
If you want to get rid of that, you just be in a porno.
Yeah.
Well-
No kid show will ever hire you again.
And what's the other thing you reckon you could probably do?
Gandhi. Play Gandhi in a biopic.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Play Gandhi in a porn parody.
Yes.
Blackface.
No, but you're on the right sort of train of thought.
Really? What?
No, it wasn't blackface, but racism was the theme there because he played a neo-Nazi in a film called The Believer. And he was really praised for his performance. The film, it wasn't like a super controversial film or anything like that. It was made on a really low budget and did quite well in American cinemas. His performance was praised, and he was started to get taken seriously as an actor. His next noticeable role was the 2002 film Murder by Numbers, where he starred opposite Sandra Bullock.
Murder by Numbers.
I've not heard of it.
Is that a crazy mathematician? Goes wild, starts killing people?
I recognise the name, and I feel like maybe I've seen
They use
it.
maths to solve
A
maths, I'm pretty sure.
calculator becomes sentient.
Murders people with its numbers.
It starts killing.
And then it turns upside down and writes boobs.
Yeah, they are.
My
But
God.
why? Why are you doing this? Boobs.
Or
Oh, fair enough.
boobies.
Whoa! That's the end credit scene. They think the calculator...
Question, question mark.
Boobies. And then it went into the bloopers.
Sandra Bullock and Ryan Gosling just laughing too much at every time the calculator says boobs.
I can't work with it.
This is just too funny.
I haven't seen that film either.
Well, his performance was praised, but the film was pretty forgettable.
Probably
apparently.
Sandra Bullock's fault, to be honest.
Well,
I'm
speaking
actually
of
a
Sandra
fan.
Bullock,
She's won an Academy Award.
and speaking of everyone liking Ryan Gosling and people liking Sandra Bullock, they actually dated from 2002 to 2003. On the
Really?
back of that film, yeah.
Is she much older than him?
She is a little bit older than him, too. So...
I suppose I'm thinking of her as 50 now, but 15 years ago she wasn't, was she?
No, she was based on those maths, she would have been 35. Although, 15 years ago, he would have been early 20s.
Trying to kill me
Okay,
with
yeah,
your
so
numbers.
there's a
So
bit
yeah,
of a...
it's quite a big gap.
Yeah, but that's hot.
Yeah. And that was Sandra Bullock that was when Sandra Bullock was Sandra Bullock.
What are we talking Miss Congeniality 2?
We're talking the year after Miss Congeniality 1.
1?
You know when she walks out of the airplane hangar and she's in that tight dress and it's hubba, hubba. I watched it again recently. It holds up.
Yeah, I've seen Miss Congeniality 1 recently as well.
Yeah, I watched it on Netflix. I was like, fuck, this is great and she looks amazing.
I think I watched it on TV. but
Interesting.
With commercials, but every commercial break I still just kept watching. I
Yeah.
had so many times to leave.
Yeah, and you kept going.
Kept going.
Because she's captivating.
Do you know who else is in that film? A man who likes to say, my name is Michael Caine.
What?
I'm going to guess Michael Caine.
Oh,
Yes.
I was going in a
You
different
didn't even have
direction.
to say hello this time. Usually you have to say, hello, my name is Michael Caine.
Hello. My name is Michael Caine. So strange, but his character's name wasn't Michael Caine in the film. Very
Wasn't at all,
confusing.
no.
That's why I didn't finish the movie.
You're like, hang on, they're referring to Michael Caine by a different name. I'm out.
That's just my suspension of disbelief is shattered.
Yeah, disrespectful.
So after things like that, so the Sandra Bullock thing ended in 2003. He was in a few other films that middling success, no acclaim or anything like that. But in 2004, not 14, 2004, he was cast in The Notebook, which was perhaps his most famous role pre-2010, which is the role that won everyone's hearts. He was cast, as you mentioned about 20 minutes ago, because he was not conventionally attractive.
Yeah.
They were like, we need to cast someone that's believable as just a regular guy. And
He's gotten more attractive, to be fair, which men do with age. So, Dave, there's still hope.
Yes! How old was he at this point?
He would have been... So he was born
It was
in 1980. So yeah.
24?
Okay, so him and I are at a similar trajectory.
Yeah, Dave.
So in about 6 years, I will be fucking mint.
Let's say
You've come
10
on in the
years.
last 8 years a long, long way.
I think that's mainly because Matt hates my old hair.
I even feel like in the last 2 years.
Yeah, he's really shot up.
And he's getting funnier too.
Yeah. Everything about
A
him is
successful
improving.
podcast now.
I'm only-
Which I hear works very well when dating.
I'm only... Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
It does for me.
I'm only funnier because I'm more good looking.
I actually,
understand?
just
Yeah.
on the podcast thing, so recently, this is a side note, but it's a good story. Recently, my friends were like, get Tinder. And I was like, I don't really care about dating, but sure. you get an email from Tinder that I didn't realize, like a weekly update.
Oh.
And I got more likes before I put a bio than when I did. So that's worrying. As someone who's like meant to be like, I'm meant to be able to talk like on a podcast and stuff like that. The moment I wrote a bio, people were like, not interested.
Liked your face, not everything else.
See, yeah, I can't relate because as a female comedian, you're just hitting them away. Stop.
Stop killing me with laughter.
Yeah, leave me alone. I know you all want to date me. Mental illness is fun.
I mean, you're sort of joking about it there. Are you encouraging people online to get onto you in that regard?
Absolutely not.
Is that what
why would you say that?
Well, because I think that's what a few people have paused now, and they're going to come back in a few minutes after they've tweeted you to say, hey, Jess, I'm open, right? I'm just wondering I just wanted to clarify if that is actually what you're trying to do.
No, absolutely not. I was joking. I am closed. I am closed for business.
Oh, okay.
I've given up.
Is it a back in 5 situation?
No, it's not a back in 5. It might be a back in 5. I don't know.
Going for lunch and you're just not sure if it's going to be the end of the day or like if you're going to be. It's too hard to.
Yeah.
And the easiest way to tell is to not everyone just assume closed forever.
Yeah, closed forever.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Board up the windows.
Although I'm very open, so if you want to tweet me, go for it. Especially anyone who hasn't heard me before, if they're like, because like if you've heard Pull Me the Death Star. Look, you probably know too much.
You know what? Yeah, I love that. Then you actually know who I am, so don't
No.
get in.
if you like who I am.
If you like who I am, probably don't. I mean, then I can't lie. They're like I know how you actually feel about these things.
Is it one of those any club that would have me a member? I don't want to be a part of.
Yeah,
deals.
that's
Well, yeah, you're
that's one depressing way to look at dating.
I think you might be fucked then.
Yeah.
If that is how you think about it all, I'd shut up shop as well.
Yeah, that's fair.
As soon as someone wants me, I don't want them. It's very hard.
How are you with your girlfriend?
Well, luckily no one wants me, so it's going well.
As soon as someone will put
she
up
tolerates.
Yeah, that's right. Which I find extremely attractive.
Tolerance. Isn't tolerance great?
Tolerance is the key.
It's a wonderful thing.
Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, we really derailed. I'm sorry. Please go on about The Notebook.
That's okay. Well, so The Notebook actually won a whole bunch of awards, including, most famously, MTV Award for Best
Kiss.
Which
And then they recreated
Yes!
Who does he kiss? Who's the...
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams.
Who he also dated.
He also dated.
and where did they recreate the kiss live?
At the MTV.
So when they won the award. So to set the scene for you, Dave, and for the listeners who haven't seen The Notebook.
You idiots.
Yeah, it's a great film. It's a very, very, very...
So you should see it.
Yeah, I'd watch it. I've seen The Notebook recently, and I was like, it holds up.
I think a lot of guys
You were
are
like, you shrugged and went, yeah, it holds up. And that's your recommendation for me to see it?
It's just a nice film.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a very...
Nice story.
It's a melodramatic romance. So like... if you
Knowing
know-
that I haven't seen films like Casablanca and other like classics like
Gone with the Wind.
You know what? I
haven't
would
seen.
start... Look, if I was going to recommend... You know what? At the end of this episode, I'll do some Ryan Gosling recommendations for the listeners.
Yes, good one.
Can you do something for me too?
And also for the participants of this podcast.
Great.
Yeah, so basically, they recreated the kiss on stage, and to set the scene of the kiss, they've had like a fight, and they reunite in the rain, and Ryan Gosling like picks her up, and they did that again.
Is this one? I've seen a YouTube clip here. I wrote to you every day for a month.
What is
A
that
year.
accent?
Marlon Brando?
Yes, that was Gosling doing Brando.
Pretty good. Yes, that's the scene.
Right, an Academy Award nominee doing a double Academy Award-winning actor.
It's very confusing. It's so confusing.
And yeah, that just led to a whirlwind romance between Rachel McAdams and Ryan Gosling that lasted for 2 years, but then had a brief reunion in 2008.
I like them together. Apparently, like while they were filming, they didn't like each other. They didn't get along, and then they dated afterwards.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard.
Does he end up dating all his co-stars?
he is currently... Spoilers for later in the episode. So if you don't want to hear who Ryan Gosling's currently dating, skip ahead 15 seconds.
15 minutes. We will discuss that intimately.
No, we'll get to that
he's-
intimately.
In a relationship with another co-star that he had, yes.
Harrison Ford?
Yeah, he's in a relationship with Harrison Ford.
I don't think they've been in a film together.
But Joel
yes, they
Goodman.
have.
Was
Yes,
he in
they
the Blade
have.
Runner
Yeah,
remake?
he was. I forgot about that. I was like thinking earlier. That was a great film. That was like my favorite film of last year.
Haven't seen it, and I remember it more than you.
Yeah, that's not good for...
I've heard it's very good, but it failed. It bombed.
Yeah. It was a box office bomb, but critics
Isn't that a bummer when movies that people say is a great movie, but
It's
people
100%
don't
going
watch
to
it?
be like a cult hit, though.
Right.
Like it's one of those movies where you're like, yeah, like it was never going to make that much money at the cinema. It's a
Right.
sequel to a movie that also bombed when it came out.
Right, but it built up
Yeah.
as well as a cult classic, right?
Yeah, and now it's like the original Blade Runner is considered like one of the best sci-fi films ever made. A lot of people hate it.
I have seen it. I really do like it.
Yeah, it's
But Ryan Gosling was not in it, and that's why I chose to watch it.
Oh, right. So you're just a...
actively avoid. Okay,
He
great.
peaked in Are You Afraid of the Dark, and he just can never live up to that.
Sure.
Watermark.
Sure.
well. Speaking of failures, so I guess your decisions, was the transition there. Bad ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of bad decisions, Ryan Gosling was in a film called Stay, which his performance is again praised, but much like Murder by Numbers, but in a slightly more extreme way, the movie was apparently garbage.
Right. The audiences wanted to leave.
Yes. You've redeemed yourself, Dave.
Thank you.
Sometimes he's just so quick. I just can't keep up.
In an interview about the film, he said that Ryan Gosling was quoted saying that a kid came up to him in the street and was like, "Are you the guy from Stay? What the fuck was that movie about?" And then Ryan Gosling was like, "I think that's great. I'm just as proud as if someone says, 'Hey, you made me sick in that movie,' as if they say I made them cry." It's just like, yeah, good. Any reaction's a good reaction. If someone
Whoa.
hated me so much that they want to stop me in the street to tell me that
Yeah.
it sucked, which is good because later in his career that happened again. Well, no one went up to him in the street, but he made some bad decisions. So after Stay, he went on to star in another indie film called Half Nelson, which is a film about a drug-addicted school teacher, which was again showered in awards, including his most prestigious award, where he got nominated for the 2007 Academy Awards for Best Actor.
Oh, wow.
So he's Academy Award nominated. He didn't win, but
Robbed.
look, I'm happy to put that out there. It's a great film.
Half Nelson means semi-erect, right? Is that what that
It's also a wrestling term.
I
wrestling
think it's a
term?
headlock.
Yeah. It's
I
like
thought the same thing,
Yeah.
though.
I reckon that is used as a
Half
slang
Nelson,
for
yeah. A semi.
Are you
Like
thinking of half erect? Are you confusing
half
Nelson
erect.
and erect?
Yeah.
Erect,
Yes,
yeah.
that
yeah.
is
Classic mistake.
Or half mongrel is another way of saying it. I think.
mongrel.
That is the least attractive way to
Yeah.
refer to a penis.
Something like that.
Well, I mean, they're not attractive.
They're aggressive. I'll give them that.
Aggressive.
I don't want to talk about penises.
But I do.
Not unless they involve canines.
Yeah, canine penises, of course.
They're a full mongrel.
Classic. That was another good one.
He's so fast.
Too quick.
That was another good one. That's two, Dave.
Two
Thank
jokes.
you.
yeah.
Matt, I'm just waiting for a compliment from you and I'll leave.
I don't patronise you like these guys. I expect more.
I've been in one episode now and I'm being grouped in with these guys as the bullies. Sorry, Dave. So he followed his performance in Half Nelson up with Lars and the Real Girl, where... Nope, no one's seen that one?
What's it called, sorry?
Lars and the Real Girl.
I haven't seen it, but I know of it.
Where he plays he plays a man who falls in love with a sex doll, basically. Which sounds like saucy, but
Hilarious.
it's very not. It's very much played seriously. It's never revealed if he has like some kind of mental illness, but it's kind of implied.
What, by him falling in love with a sex doll?
Yeah, but before that happens, he's like
Subtle. Very subtle.
yeah, like has like family issues and stuff like that. Lives in his brother's garage, and
It sounds like a really depressing movie.
No, it's like one of those like happy sad movies where it's nice and then it makes you sad because it's like too nice, but it's like sad nice.
Well, they get married and then the doll explodes or something.
No, well, look,
He
Happy-
inflates it too much.
He was waiting till wedding night, and yeah, he pops her.
With his half mongrel.
that's actually
a
where the
powerful
half
half
Nelson
mongrel.
and Lars and Rogo meet. No, it's so the sex doll isn't an inflatable sex doll. It's like lifelike. It's like a plastic rubbery.
And did he go on to date the sex doll as a co-star?
No. That wasn't
Interesting.
where it ties back in, but we're getting
Strange.
closer.
That was really good, Dave.
Oh, thank you, man.
There we
That's
go.
not as good as the others.
Get out.
See you guys next week.
This episode, like me guesting, has turned into an audition, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm replacing you.
Yeah, it's either I go or Matt dies. We've got a backup now.
What about anything happens to me?
Jess,
Nothing could happen to you,
if
Jess.
you go, the show's over.
You're right. Correct answer. Good luck replacing me, fuckos.
I think that's fair.
Irreplaceable. No God won't know about me. Just one. No,
That's the song that I
Beyonce.
thought for so long was simply irreplaceable. But she doesn't even say the word simply. It's just irreplaceable.
correct.
You're simply irreplaceable.
You should release a cover where you just throw that exactly the same. Just throw that word in.
I think I was singing along to that one day.
But instead of seeing it, you just say it in the middle, like, simply.
Irreplaceable.
Yeah.
What is that song?
Beyonce.
No shit.
I could have another year.
That's a big one.
Nailed it.
Why don't I know that?
Yeah, that's a big Beyonce, and it's like pre Beyonce getting like all this like kind of like hipster cred, I guess, that she got with her
Right.
new a couple albums.
Right.
So it was like a big song.
Yeah, it's interesting. I only got into it once she got hipster cred.
Yeah, like I mean, Lemonade's
Typical.
a banger.
Typical.
I just don't like
got
actually.
it on vinyl, so
Yellow, like
Did you really?
Yellow? Yeah, that's good. I've considered buying it myself, so don't worry.
it's an I bought it as a present,
For yourself.
so I owned it briefly.
That's a good way of looking at presents.
Yeah.
That killed Jess. Oh no, show's cancelled.
No, without Jess, we're nothing.
I owned it briefly. You're a weird person. Stop derailing, please. Please do go on. Do should go on.
There we
I'm
go.
sorry.
No, that's fine. Look, we got it. So after 2007 and Lars and the Real Girl and the success of Hart and Nelson, both those films did really, really well critically. They were made for a small budget and made quite a lot of money. Not like Star Wars money, but or Avatar money, but like they did well. Then, unfortunately, good things went bad again for a bit. So on the tail end of 2007, Ryan Gosling was in high demand, and he got cast in the Peter Jackson film The Lovely Bones. Anyone seen that one?
Yes.
Is that also Rachel McAdams?
No.
Is that the one where there's like someone?
Sad dad with a dead daughter.
I can't remember if I've seen
Yeah,
that or
so-
not. Is it the one where there's like a hole in the ground? Or am I thinking of something else?
There's a bunker.
Are you thinking of the superhero film Chronicle, where there's a hole in the ground and they go in and touch a weird orb and then turn into superheroes?
It's
No,
got
there's a
Stanley
big hole in the
Tucci.
ground and they used to dump things in it and then they were going to fill it in.
You're talking about the film Ants?
Ants, that's the one.
You think of Parks and Recreation.
Sorry, Parks and Recreation.
Season 1 of Parks and
And
Recreation.
they didn't fill in the pit and Andy fell in.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking
And
of.
then he lived
Someone
in
will
the
know what
pit
I'm
for a
thinking.
while.
There was a pit.
Journey to the Center of the
I'm
Earth?
sure there was something about bones in the title. Nah.
Anyway.
Well, anyway, you're telling me this movie does not have a pit in it.
Brad Pitt?
No, Mark Wahlberg is in it though.
Mark
It's got a
Wahlberg.
Wahlberg.
Yeah. So yeah, pretty much.
I think of his talent
Interesting.
as a pit in the ground.
Way! He seems like.
I'm not sure. I don't get it.
No, I love Marky Mark and the Funchy Bunch.
Marky Mark and the Bunchy Bunch.
Nailed it.
Perfect. Well, so pretty much what happened with this is, because at this point Ryan Gosling was like, yeah, okay, maybe I am a great actor. I can do anything. He got cast as a sad dad whose daughter had died. He was like,
He was too young.
He was too young. That's exactly what happened. So he put on 60 pounds and grew a beard to be like, no, okay. Everyone was like, I can look older. He did that and rocked up on set, and straight away it was just like, he didn't really talk to anyone. He was like depressed, and he was like, I'm not right for this part.
Wow. He's not right for that part.
Oh, what? So
he, after going, like, 60 pounds is quite a lot of weight to put on. And
what is that in normal weight?
in normal
20
weight.
kilos or something, is it?
Yeah,
a
20,
bit.
25 kilos.
Yeah.
Which is still like, if he's like a slender
That's a
man
lot,
to put
yeah.
on, like,
Because I even thought in what's the one with Russell Crowe? The
nice guys.
The Nice Guys. I even thought he was
Seemed a
too
bit too
young
young.
to
Too young
to be
that
Russell
age
Crowe's dad.
daughter.
Too young to be Russell Crowe's dad.
Because he had like a 13-year-old daughter or something.
Yeah,
and I was
teenage
like,
daughter.
I don't like this.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't question that at all.
And it's
I
the
quite
same in
enjoyed that
Lovely
movie.
Bones. Lovely Bones is a...
Right.
Because, yeah, Mark Wahlberg replaced him, which
Yeah.
is odd. But
But he is.
Oh,
old.
so he actually didn't appear in the film?
yeah, so Ryan Gosling dropped out.
Imagine
he
putting
quit
on that
the
much
film.
weight for nothing.
Yeah.
So he went from handsome and hot up-and-coming star of Hollywood and to, in his words, fat and unemployed.
Right. Sounds like fun employed.
Hey, and then, to make matters worse, his relationship with Rachel McAdams ended and he stopped acting for 3 years.
Did
Had a bit of a gap.
Bloody hell.
2007 to 2010, he did not appear in a film.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
interesting.
Well, the end, like, he was in films in 2007, but, like, didn't film it.
I felt like that he's always been famous.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Since The Notebook. Wow.
So what he did in that time off, he actually made friends with a man while he was dating. That was vague, but I forgot to write down the guy's name. Zach, I think his name
John
was.
Goodman?
John Goodman. So he met John Goodman
Right.
or Zach when he was dating Rachel McAdams in 2007, and they started a band together called Dead Man's Bones. They released their debut album in 2009, and surprisingly, an actor went to like the musician route for a bit. Really strong reviews, including from notoriously hard to impress website Pitchfork, which gave it like a 7.4 or something.
Holy shit.
Out of
10.
right. Sorry.
100. 100.
Yeah.
A 7.4 out of 8.
Yeah, pretty good.
Very good.
Very
Their
good.
highest rated.
So he, like, Dead Man's Bones is a really weird album. It's like gothy sort of. Neither of them could really play the instruments. They taught themselves how to play before they recorded it. They weren't learning mid song.
Yeah.
They
Just like 25 minutes of, hang on, I got it. No.
fuck, I think I fucked that up.
And he's trying to play drums.
So there's like a children's choir on it, and it's like quite spooky, but also like
Spooky.
imagine like it kind of sounds like they listen to like a lot of Bon Iver, basically.
Cool.
Like I really like
Bon
it.
Iver, that's the U2 Bon Iver mashup group. Bon Iver.
Shut up, hipster.
Yeah, U2 reference. That was real hipster of you, man.
That's really cool. What a relevant
I'm not a hipster. Just because I owned vinyl for a little while.
In transition.
I think it was for about a day and a half.
Didn't you also own that U2 album for a day before you worked out how to delete it from your iPhone?
It started auto-playing when I was driving one time. I'm like, what? It's how I never knew it was
It's
on there.
still on mine.
I couldn't
gonna
even
go
find
delete
where it
My
was.
choice.
It sounded...
Big fan of Songs of Innocence.
It didn't sound that bad either.
Yeah,
the backlash felt brutal. I think it was because that people got it without asking for it, but it sounded...
Because at that point, everyone hated Bono for being like too smug.
Right.
I feel like if it had been any other band, like if like
What the fuck's with the blue glasses?
Apparently he's got an eye condition.
yeah,
Yes.
it's like a bad person. It's good.
What's up with the Edge's beanie? He's really ill, Jess.
Got a very cold head.
If he takes it off, he will die. Yes, it's tragic.
Such a bully.
I'll take anyone down. I don't care.
Illness, no illness.
Don't play that card with me.
Can anyone name the other two guys?
Adam Clayton
Oh.
And
is the bass player.
You've got of course you know the bass
Larry
player.
Mullins Jr.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the...
no, I have heard of that one. I hadn't heard of the other one. Larry Mullins Jr. is a great name.
Yes, absolute classic.
The reason that I know that is due to another podcast called You Talking U2 to Me, which is Scott Aukerman and Adam Scott.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's a very good podcast that I'm in no way affiliated with. So if you want to listen to it, it's really dumb. They start out trying to
Adam
review
Scott.
Adam Scott from
Fuck
Parks and
yeah.
Recreations, and Scott Aukerman from Comedy Bang Bang and
Yes.
writer of Mr. Show.
Excellent.
They start off trying to review the albums, and then it just turns into like an hour and a half of them just Adam Scott and Scott Aukerman about.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun. And is that a current podcast?
So they were doing it until they got an interview with U2, and then they got an interview with U2 at some point.
Oh, that's
But
amazing.
they did just recently, so it's not frequent anymore.
Yeah.
So they went through all the albums, and they're like, we're going to still record it until we get an interview. Then they got an interview.
You talking U2 to me is great. Everything
Very
about it
good.
sounds amazing.
It's good because they also come up with that name whilst recording the first episode, so you hear it like
Beautiful.
get invented.
Beautiful.
It's like a deep podcast cut for all you podcast heads out there.
Yeah. Oh, I reckon we got a couple on board. The only thing I reckon that would have got them more excited is if the Adam Scott was the Australian golfer.
I was also thinking that at first.
I like that for some reason. You out of everyone, I would not have picked to go to
Oh, big golf head. Big golf head.
Oh,
Golf head.
love it.
Affluent East.
Yeah.
I'm a par 7. I'm in a handicap 7.
I'm
Wow.
a par 7.
Yeah. That means if it's 7 shots, I'll be able to get it in.
Your golfing terms have just floored me.
Oh, I'm amazing. I've got a driver, I've got a wood, I've got a tiger wood.
Whoa.
So,
Just like to point out a driver and a wood are the same thing.
not in my world. 2 different types.
Have you got a putter?
No, I use the wood.
Sand wedge?
Oh, I love sand.
Yeah, if you break your putter, which has happened in some pro matches, if you say you're trying to putt out from under a tree or something, and you bend your club, I don't think you're allowed to use it anymore. So sometimes people will have to putt out around with a wood or a 3-iron or something.
If you break your putter, you are allowed to punch your caddy in the face. It's a law.
Yeah.
It's the rules.
What the
Fuck!
Why are we now talking about golf?
Oh, yeah, that was...
Gosling, we're back.
Dude, have you got any golf podcasts to suggest?
No golf podcast, but if Adam Scott the golfer wants to start a podcast.
Oh, that would be awesome. But no golf talk allowed.
No golf talk allowed.
Yeah.
Maybe Adam Scott and Adam Scott could collaborate
Oh,
and just
shit,
talk about
yeah.
being Adam Scott. It'd be like being John Malkovich, except they'd both actually be Adam Scott.
Hey, Duscher, do you mind if I just cut in here for one quick second?
Look, I've derailed this episode a bunch, so it's only fair that I give you a chance.
There's probably only one thing I find more important in this world than the guy we're talking about now. What's his name again, Jeff?
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan
Only
Gosling.
one more
Every
thing I
time.
find more important than him, and that is a clean shave.
Oh,
Dave?
Ryan Gosling looks so good with a clean shave.
Yeah, what you said before when you said for a role he felt wrong. He was overweight, but also, what did you say?
He had a full beard
Had a full beard.
to look older.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to look super old,
Who does?
aging is something that we should always try and fight. And with Harry's razors, they really help us do that because
Yeah.
with a clean, fresh face, you feel $1 million and you look 10 years younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to, this is from the heart. If you want to look like Ryan Gosling, sign up to Harry's Razors.
Real talk now.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Because they are that good.
They're
I
that
used
good.
to look like a skinny weirdo. Now I look like Ryan Gosling because I shaved my face with Harry's Razors.
I really do love the Harry's razors.
I love
the
the
feel,
Harry's
the
razors.
weight. I love the weight. It's a really nice balanced razor, right? And that inch, you know that bit there, Jess?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think that is naturally underneath my throat?
Real hairy.
Real hairy,
Yeah.
but it makes easy work of it. And they also provide gel and other stuff that makes my face feel real good. I feel pampered.
You know what? You got to take a little time for you.
Yes, that's what I've been trying to say.
Like Ryan Gosling might take a couple of years off from his films, and you just have to take a couple of minutes off from your day
Yeah.
to shave you.
Have to take a couple of minutes off from your day and a couple of hairs off of your face.
Yes, off your face.
Off of your face. Sorry, I've broken Italian there for a minute. Broken English, god
Almost
damn
turned
it.
into Con the Fruiterer.
Yeah.
How can people get involved?
Now, if you would like to try a Harry's free trial kit, that's how confident they are that you'll like it. All you got to do is go to harrys.com/do-go-on. And on that page, if you go to that website, what it means is you will get the free trial kit. All you have to do is cover the shipping,
Yeah.
which is not very much.
With a big old tarp.
You cover the shipping. BYO tarp.
And credit card.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he calls credit cards.
His tarp.
Tarps.
It's really not, but
I'll put it on my tarp, he says.
It's only a few dollars, right? Only a few dollars and you get the lot. It's a bloody good deal.
Yeah. It's great. You should get on it.
And it helps us, obviously. That's why we're telling you about it. It's one of those things where everyone wins.
Yeah.
You, me, Harry's,
The ship.
the ship. We're all getting our own little piece of the pie.
That's
So if
the
you want to
shit.
look like me, or more importantly, you want to look like Ryan Gosling, head to harrys.com.
Is there a difference?
I can't tell. harrys.com/do-go-on. That's harrys.com/do-go-on. Now, Duscher, do go on.
Well, anyway, it brings me to 2010, and after a 3-year break from acting, Ryan Gosling, he's back.
Oh, he's back, baby.
He's back. He returned with Blue Valentine, which is another film that just got showered in praise. It's really sad. It's super well acted. It is him and Michelle Williams.
From Destiny's Child. Wow.
Wow.
Did not see that collab coming, but he's in the music world now, so he's probably met her.
Well, we've got a listener called Michelle Williams as well. It wasn't her as well, somehow.
Let's get all 3 Michelle Williams all in the same room.
Now that's a podcast.
Yeah.
Being Michelle Williams.
There's 3 of them.
They just talk about, getting groceries.
I'm going to start.
How do you do it?
I'm Michelle Williams. No, I'm Michelle Williams. No, I'm Michelle Williams.
Hi.
And then
Welcome to Being
Where?
Michelle Williams.
Michelle Williams.
I'm Michelle Williams, and this week I'm joined by 2 friends of mine, Michelle Williams and Michelle Williams.
Hi, Michelle. Hi, Michelle.
Well, I'm in a podcast with someone else called Joel, and I promise you that referring to each other as just Joel in a podcast, it has not lost its traction.
Yeah, it's good fun.
We have a good time. Speaking of a good time, Blue Valentine.
Yeah, Michelle Williams is actually a fantastic actress.
She's great.
Yeah, and Blue Valentine, if you haven't seen it, it's kind of like the reverse Notebook. It's like, so the Notebook, you're like, oh, love is real. Blue Valentine, you're like, there's no point in me dating. It all ends bad. So the premise of the film is Ryan Gosling and Michelle Williams. It's like they play their relationship when they first meet, and then 7 years later, and they're like kind of intertwined.
And does it end the opposite of the Notebook? I didn't write to you every day for a month.
They
Did he act with a whatever accent that is?
That's Forrest Gump.
Oh, I'm thinking of Forrest Gump again.
That's Forrest Gump's dog, I think.
His dog's dick.
This is his little urethra. Broke for you. No good.
Now I'm thinking
no
about the
good
film
at all.
Bruno, and I wish I wasn't. Have you? No,
Never saw Bruno.
Oh yeah, okay. So
Probably don't.
Yeah, don't. Not a recommendation.
I saw Borat at the cinemas and loved
it. It was like the funniest
Yes.
thing anyone's ever
Stop
seen.
derailing Ryan Gosling. No talking urethras.
Sorry, you say their relationship intertwine.
I'm talking
Yeah, so
urethras with you. That's a new podcast I'm thinking about doing. Dog urethras.
What about you call it urethra to me? Urethra to me? I don't see anybody else here. You must be urethra to me.
Urethra Franklin.
Yeah.
To me.
To me? Urethra Franklin to me?
That's my new punk band's name. Urethra Franklin in brackets to me. Yeah, so Blue Valentine was mostly improvised to the point where they actually considered filming it 7 years apart just so that it could get more realistic. And then they were like, actually, no, that's probably a bad idea. A bad idea that Boyhood later did, which is unrelated to Ryan Gosling, but that's just like a
Wow.
bit of it. Yeah, so the director had them living together and like would lie to both of them about things that it said to create actual tension between them.
Wouldn't have Boyhood have already have started by then?
Yes. But everyone, including the studio, forgot Boyhood was being made.
Right.
It was a sneaky, sneaky film by.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, they really considered doing stuff like that, which resulted in Ryan Gosling getting nominated for Best Actor at the Golden Globes. He didn't win. He lost to Colin Firth for his performance in The King's Speech.
Which, okay,
It's a pretty
that
good
was
performance.
very good.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That real? So he didn't get nominated for an Academy Award. That doesn't happen that often, right? Doesn't it normally transfer most
Yeah.
of the...
Well, the difference is that the Golden Globes, they have like
Different categories.
different categories for acting.
Right.
It's not just
And
best actor.
Right, gotcha.
2010, I
like
think, was a pretty big year for pretty high profile films like The King's Speech. Social Network came out that year as well, so I think there was already so indie films were just kind of like, don't worry about it this year, guys, because
Right.
we've got heaps
Yeah.
of big films.
Yeah.
Was Blue Velvet...
Valentine.
Valentine, right.
Blue
Blue
Velvet's a
Velvet's...
different film.
It's the David Lynch film.
And then there's the Woody Allen movie. What's that?
Blue Jasmine.
Blue Jasmine, right.
That
That's the
came
one
out
I
in
was...
2013, I think.
Bloody hell. You've just blown my mind.
Hey!
That was pre-regret. I was regretting it before I was saying it.
You just said that blew my mind. You've just blown my mind. You fucking idiot.
I want to get that on a t-shirt. You've just blown my mind.
You idiot!
Wait, did you not see that as well?
No, I didn't see it either.
That makes
I'm an idiot.
I went through all of that in my head. I'm like, it's got to be more than that.
Yeah.
But I actually made it less than that.
Yeah.
So after his return in 2010, he backed it up with probably some of the biggest films of his career at this point. Well, the three films that all came out in the same year, 2011, and these are usually the films that people first remember seeing him in. Drive, Crazy Stupid Love, and The Ides of March. So Drive is, he's the lead actor. He plays a character called The Driver. It's super stylized, quite violent, very intense. It's got a great soundtrack. I love it. It's also got a real cool jacket, which
yes.
also people remember. It's
On the
Inside Out.
DVD.
It's an
You fucking idiot.
Yeah, I
Ryan
also
Gosling
what,
wears a jacket.
He's wearing a cool jacket.
He's wearing a leather jacket that's turned
He said
inside
it's
out
also got a really cool jacket.
in it.
The movie.
on the DVD.
Well, on the DVD cover, you can see it. Yes. Wow. Crazy Stupid Love, which is
Did that balloon your mind?
I saw that at the movies as well.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I saw it at the cinema as
Yeah,
well, and
me
I don't
too.
think
And was going in with low expect. I had no idea what it was.
it was like it's really like it's very funny. It's like well acted, well written.
What I like about Gosling is that he is very funny. He's incredibly funny and he's super dry.
Yeah,
Like he's not like a wacky fun guy, but he's so fucking funny.
but then he actually can be like a little bit wacky as
Yeah.
well, which you see in like The Nice Guys, which is a little bit later in his career, but not that much later. Where like that's got a little bit more of like physical comedy to it.
Yeah.
I feel like Crazy Stupid Love hasn't dated as well, though, right?
I saw it kind of recently. There's a few things that are a bit.
Questionable. There's a few
Questionable.
problematic things, right? That it's funny how quickly things come on.
Yeah.
It's mostly the stuff involving like the teenage girl wanting to fuck Steve Carell.
Yeah.
So what's the concept of this movie? It's a comedy.
Yeah, it's a comedy. So basically, it's a story of
I don't even remember that.
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell's wife has an affair, and he finds out about it, and then it kind of like his wife was like his first girlfriend, so he's never been like single before.
Spoiler alerts here, obviously.
Yeah, I guess.
I didn't say alerts, right?
Spoiler alert.
Blah, blah, blah.
Spoiler balloon.
And then he meets Ryan Gosling in a bar, and Ryan Gosling is a bit of a player, and he sort of shows him how to pick
Yeah,
up the ladies.
so it's like
And does it turn out that he's the one who banged his wife?
no.
No, but there are interconnecting things. But let's not ruin
It's
that
worth a
for-
watch.
Yeah,
The thing that I was worried about it not holding up is because Ryan Gosling's character kind of comes across like a pickup artist, which
Yes.
is real bad in
Yes.
2018. And in 2011, when it came out, people were like, oh, that's a funny concept.
Yeah.
But in the film, there's like a turning point where you're like, oh, this man's real sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, it's all like a show. And he isn't like,
Yeah.
there's no scenes where he's like super hyper aggressive in anything he does. So it's like, the only problematic thing there is really the idea of it.
Yeah.
I guess any
Yeah.
pickup artist is actually a terribly sad person in
Yeah,
reality.
very
though,
and
you
a
know.
garbage man. But yeah, all the stories in Crazy Stupid Love end up being like super entwined, and when it all comes together, it's very funny and
It's
very
great.
good.
It's a good movie.
And Eyes of March, which saw him star opposite George Clooney.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of him.
Yeah, George Clooney, Hollywood George.
George Clooney's kind of like the generation before's what the guy we're talking about now.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
In fact, when that movie came out, people were like, I think we're seeing the new George Clooney,
Right.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, I would say. I would agree.
All three of these films were well received. They all made money, and they also showed his versatility. So Drive, barely any talking. He's very, very intense throughout that film. Crazy Stupid Love, he's very chatty, quite funny. And Eyes of March is more of like a conventional kind of like political thriller sort of character where it's like intense talking and like things is real serious.
So I haven't seen Drive or Ides of March. Would you? Oh, you're going to do that at the end.
His
Skipping ahead.
recommendations.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to balloon your mind later.
He, again,
Dosh. That's the second in my trilogy. Slowly putting together.
Dash
Dash
Bloom.
balloon.
Cannot
what will
wait
be
for the third. Cannot wait for the third.
It's hard. I'm going to try and tie it all together, but let's see.
Dave's starting his trilogy with his one last week of Plump.
Oh, poom. I invented a color called poom.
that's like my new favorite color.
I love it. You'll love it.
Oh, I can't wait to see it in fashion this year. This
Oh,
season.
yeah, it's going to be very in this autumn. Stay
vogue.
tuned.
And following the waves of pretty much Ryan Gosling's career at this point, heaps of acclaim, and then all of a sudden, a big misstep. So in 2013, he starred in Gangster Squad, which may go on record as the most forgettable film of all time.
But I've seen it.
And can you tell me anything about that movie
Nah.
except that Emma Stone's in it?
Okay, yes, Emma Stone's in it. Ryan Gosling's in it.
Okay.
Is the guy from Men in Black 3 in it?
John Goodman.
Josh Brolin.
Yes.
Yes.
There we go. See, I remember other people in
It's
it.
a pretty awful name.
There's some sort of scene in a bar and by a pool, I feel. And I think she's in a dress at one point. Nailed it.
Yeah, you've remembered.
Yeah, very forgettable film.
Yeah.
Is it a comedy?
No, it's just like an actiony sort of heist kind of film. Like, as in Gangster Squad isn't an ironic name.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
sounds like a video game. It's real stupid. They
Yeah.
could have named it anything else. It's
Right,
also like
yeah.
Gangster Squad was a follow-up for the director who made Zombieland.
Oh.
I have seen that. That was good.
Yeah, and like this is a bit more serious. There is like lighter moments, but it's not like a comedy like that. And yeah, he fucked it. He fucked
He
it.
fucked it.
He fucked it.
By choosing it or his role or
Oh no, Ryan Gosling's role, he's one of the leads, but he's probably like the least in it lead. He's
the Academy Award
He's
for
fine.
best least in it lead actor goes to.
yeah, the acting and all that's fine. It's just a very, very bland movie. It's not bad. It's just definitely not good.
Yeah.
It's just forgettable. Like
Totally
a
forgettable.
Very 5 out of a 5 out of 10 in every way.
broke even. Everything about it. It's very Jerry.
Yeah, I think it actually might have just like broken even, not really made any money there. Then he starred in Only God Forgives, which is a follow-up with the director who made Drive. And people that didn't like Drive often said it was too stylized and didn't have enough of a plot. Only God Forgives has almost zero plot and is all style. Includes some like very, very, very weird scenes. Disclaimer, I love Only God Forgives, but it is fucked. Ryan Gosling also had, like, this was his first chance to sort of, like, he didn't direct it or help direct it, but he's friends with the director, so it meant that he was able to, like, kind of step behind the camera a little bit, sort of test it out. He made some of the key decisions in the film. So a character dies, and Ryan Gosling's character in this film reacts to it, and the director was like, do you reckon you should be happy or sad about it? And Ryan Gosling was like, what if I put my hand... So it's like a stomach wound. He's like, what if I put my hand in it? And that's the scene that they went with. And as someone who's seen the movie, it doesn't really make sense. I'm not sure why he responds like that.
Right.
But yeah, very violent.
What if I put my hand in it?
Yeah, okay.
The Dave Warnicky story.
It kind of makes...
That, you could ask that question every day in a different scenario and it still makes sense.
It sort of makes sense in the context of the film. You know what? No one's going to see this film because I'm not going to recommend it. It's his mother that dies.
Right.
So because she's like been a terrible mother. His idea was that he's like looking for a womb to make sure it...
Oh.
It's like very like symbolic, but it's...
Ooh.
You don't get that. from
Gross.
this scene. Yeah.
That's not what I was thinking. I was thinking like day to day you could go, someone goes, here's a lovely bowl of warm custard and it's a very cold day. And you go,
Yeah.
can I put my hand in it? That's the kind of thing that I was thinking.
That sounds like a new podcast idea.
Can I put my
Can I
hand
put
in
my hand in it? Every week someone suggests a topic to you. You discuss whether or not you can put your hand in
Yes,
it.
okay. I like that. I like that a lot.
I should really start like this business that I've got going on.
Yeah,
that
write these down.
Podcast concept generator.
Done.
You getting all this?
He's a millionaire.
I've done it. You can check that out on my Twitter. And after those two failures, he actually announced that he was retiring from acting. With, and I quote, "I've lost perspective on what I'm doing. I think it's good for me to take a break and reassess why I'm doing it and how I'm doing it."
I don't know why I'm putting my hands in things. Very strange.
I'm just doing it.
Just doing it.
And I think this is probably a good way to learn about that. So he retired from acting and was like, I'm going to be a director, which then led to his directing debut, a film called The Lost River, which critically panned and bombed. Because again, he didn't really learn from the decisions he was making in Only God Forgives and pretty much did a similar thing where the movie's just like fucked.
So he doesn't star in it as well?
Nope, he's not in it at all.
I haven't heard of any of the movies you've said for a while.
Gangster Squad?
No.
Okay,
Well, I mean, I've only said 2 since Crazy Stupid Love.
we'll
yeah.
probably. I reckon we'll get up to some more, Matt.
I reckon that
I don't think we'll ever hear from him again. I think
That's
he's
it.
done.
me or Ryan Gosling.
Both, mate, to be honest. With this report you've brought in.
So you're calling it now. You reckon Ryan Gosling is done?
I reckon he's
to quote
done.
you.
I
No,
reckon
no,
he's
no.
done.
You said done.
Done. Did I say that? I said it in a Gosling style
Yeah,
accent
that's
when he was in the
yeah.
Notebook.
Every day for a month.
Done.
I'm done.
I'm done with this shit.
Whereabouts? Like that's somewhere in America, right? That accent. What is it?
Brandoville.
Brandoville, right?
Brandonville.
Brandonville, Mississippi.
Yeah.
Oh, in the
Oh,
south.
you're very learned. I see you study geography.
Oh yeah,
Is Mississippi in the south?
I'm the geography one on this podcast.
Kinda.
Canada.
Yeah, it is.
Wow,
I mean,
You
in
know,
a
South
way,
America, Canada.
in a way, everything's south of something, isn't it?
that's true. That is true.
It's- Except the North Pole?
You keep going south long enough, you'll bloody get there, mate.
Ah,
Hey.
Geography king over here just got you.
Yeah, she got me.
be Mother King. No shame in that, sir.
So, just going on from my geography failure there. The Lost River, critical and commercial failure. Critics described it as a train wreck. I haven't seen all of it, and I've seen some of it. And he's just like very heavily inspired by a few directors that he loved, whose styles just do not match.
Right.
So it's no good.
What, like a ninja movie with like Finding Nemo?
So he
Put
was
together.
inspired by the director
sounds
of
great.
Drive and Only God Forgives, as well as the director of Blue Valentine, which are already wildly different movies. And then a director called Gaspar Noé, who is a French New Wave director.
Gasper, no.
And his
Don't do it. Gasper, please.
someone said Ryan, no, then maybe this report would be a bit different because I'd be like, he made a great film, but no, alas. So he retired from acting to become a director. He fucked it. And then 2015, 2016, he's back acting again.
He's back, baby. Back
He's
from retirement.
back. And here's a list of films that I reckon you guys may have heard of. So 2015 and 2016, he came out with The Big Short, which
Yes,
again,
I've seen
reunited with
that.
Steve Carell.
Very good.
Very good.
The Big Short.
About the housing crisis.
I've seen that one.
Hey!
Who was he in that?
His character's name is like Jared, I think. He's the guy, he's like...
He's the one who sort of, he was on
Suggests-
selling it.
I have not seen this movie.
Oh my god, I can only imagine Christian Bale.
Oh my god.
He's the guy who kind of brings Christian Bale and Steve Carell together.
Is he one of those guys that works in that office?
Yeah.
But
he's like...
Isn't he the one that brings him to that office?
Oh, wait, no, yeah, he brings him to that office.
He's sort of like a middleman. I don't fully understand the world of high finance or
I
whatever
enjoyed
that is.
enjoyed that film, but he was
If
clearly...
that is even what it is.
Mate,
Oh,
get into it.
he's quite-
It'll balloon your mind.
He's quite like
Will it?
funny in it. Like he's like quite like quippy.
Right, he's clearly quite
He
forgettable
also,
in that role.
he also looks wildly different because he's got like gross, greasy black hair.
Does he look like Christian Bale in that film?
A little bit, yeah.
Are
Like
you
what
thinking of Christian Bale?
Yes,
Christian
I
Bale
am.
is in that film.
Yes. As Ryan Gosling?
No,
Doesn't
right.
what's the drumming? At some point, Christian Bale he drums like a
air
Pantera
drumming.
song or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
what song
Walk. It's very good. That's my favorite bit of the movie when they play a Pantera song.
it is. That is a good bit.
Fair enough.
Have you earned a Pantera
It's a really
vinyl in transition?
No, I
just own
still
them,
do.
yeah.
But the
For now.
for now.
Until they become
No, I'm gonna obviously the birthday will come up or something, something appropriate. I'm gonna just sit on it forever. What am I, maniac? But yeah, that movie's sad because of how true all that is.
Yeah.
And how it's fucked.
how the banks are just like, yeah, there's like points in that film where they're just like, this is what they're doing, and this is how that affected everyone. And it's also really weird because the film is made by the same guy who made, I want to say Anchorman.
Really?
He was like a comedy director.
Oh, interesting.
Isn't that guy's the Will Ferrell's writing partner, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or is it Adam
Oh, yes, Adam.
Scott.
the golfer?
He's very versatile.
Adam McKay?
Yes, Adam McKay. That's the director of that film.
Well done.
Yeah, so he made Anchorman 2 so that they'd let him make this film.
Right. Anchorman 2 is not very good.
Yeah, Big
From
Short,
memory.
though, pretty good.
Yeah. Anchorman 2's like got funny things to it, but it's
Yeah, I didn't
pretty,
love it.
It's not, I don't know.
Even
Have you seen Zoolander 2?
No, I haven't. I think though all those classic cult comedies and then they get big slowly, and then they go for the sequel, and it's often like, they've just normally it's every celebrity who loves the movie is in it,
Yeah.
which means that it's not really a movie anymore.
No, it's just cameos. Zoolander 2 opens with a scene with Justin Bieber. But in like 2014 or 15 or whenever it came out, all the cameos in that movie feel way too late.
Right.
It treats Billy Zane like he's still very, very famous.
Well, he was in the original though.
Yeah.
I love Billy Zane in the original.
I love Billy Zane.
Yeah, Billy Zane's a real babe.
Oh my
How
god.
do you feel about The Phantom?
Loved it. He
I
lives in a fucking waterfall, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. I know people who do love it. A lot of people who share the offices here. There's a few big Phantom fans here. We painted one of the rooms Phantom purple because of it.
Oh, I did not know that. And I may have been in that room.
I think one of the Auntie Donna guys, Mark or Zach, I forget which one. One of them's a big fan.
I want to say Mark.
Yeah,
Mark?
it seems more like a Mark thing.
Sammy J, but and someone else.
Is it you, Matt?
No.
Was
The
it
Phantom
me?
is my favourite superhero,
Oh, Dave. Dave was the other one.
but I'm not super into it. I haven't seen the Billy Zane film.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I just used to get the comics because they were the cheapest ones at the newsagent.
Okay,
They were
yeah,
like
you're a big fan.
$1.
You're either a
Anyway.
big fan or a big fan of savings.
Yeah, love saving.
Do should go on.
Yes.
Has it come back around yet?
Not yet, but give it a couple more and it
All right.
will.
So then he also made The Nice Guys, which is
Oh, yeah.
far more comedic role.
I like that movie.
Yeah, it's a great film.
Is that okay? Oh, yeah. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Often when I like something, I'm like, hey, someone who knows more about this stuff, is it
Is it okay to like?
okay for me to...
Nice
enjoyed
Guys,
it.
very, very good. Very
I
funny.
watched it on a plane though, and they censor some of the swearing.
Ooh.
So, but it was very obvious what they were actually saying. It just looked dumb. So that added another layer of
It's so
comedy.
weird when the planes do that.
Yeah, it was weird.
You are such a nice guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they bleep... Well, they don't bleep it, but they'll turn
They
shit
dub it.
to sugar and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's like
I think they kept saying like flippin', and I was like,
flipping. Yeah, I like flipping.
something like that. Anyway,
Flippin' actually kind of fits the characters of that film, but like it
Yeah.
would be very distracting.
it was a good film though. I enjoyed it.
I did a gig a couple months ago
No.
where just as I was going
I
up,
have
they
3
said
dot points left.
no swearing at all, and I was in a line that has I say
sure it was
fucking,
called like fuck.
and I did like as I got to the F, and then I sort of changed it to flipping, but I already like it was
Fucking.
flapping. Anyway, I don't think anyone noticed.
I imagine you said fucking and everyone booed. No swearing at all. That's a rough rule.
Well, no, they said the rule is
Keep it PG.
I think they said 3 swears, leave them for the headliner or something like that.
What? They've got a quota?
Yeah,
Like the audience are going to be like, actually, tonight there were 4 swears and I want a refund.
It was a rule.
I'd get
some
up there
sort
and
of
be
rule of
like, hello
thumb.
everyone, I'm Jess. Piss, shit, fuck, boobs.
And then
I'd just flip them off for a bit.
And then you're like, boobs and flipping you off isn't swearing, so that's the 3.
Damn it! I can't even think of other swears. I'm too innocent.
Dog ball. It's my go-to
Good,
lately.
that's a good one.
Dog ball. Shove it up your ass, dog ball.
Ass.
Us.
Yeah, us is borderline. I'm trying to swear less.
How's that going?
Well, I dropped the F-bomb early in this episode, and then again soon after. I'm going to try and not do that anymore for the rest of this day.
I'm always stressed about guesting on podcasts where there isn't a discussion about swearing. 'cause
Sure.
I'm like, I say fuck a lot.
Fuck's fine.
Yeah.
We try to avoid the C word because Dave had a conversation with Matt and I about it. But apart from that,
Some people are
free to
offended
go.
by it.
You're
No, that's
free to
fair
go.
enough. If your audience
Some people are offended by a lot of things we do.
I personally am not offended
But
by
yeah,
many things you do.
but
Dave.
also I think something Dave was saying is that it's more offensive in other countries. In Australia, it's sort of another
Yeah.
word for person, but overseas it's like a bad swear word.
Yeah, so with our podcast, we do say it occasionally, and we hear about it sometimes. So.
Right.
You guys are all also very good at derailing the podcast.
Well, some people have described this podcast as the derailing that happens in between.
It's the derailing in between the notes of the report that make the report the report.
Yeah.
It's much like jazz.
Yeah.
It's the notes you don't play.
Yeah.
It's the notes you
exactly.
don't play.
I
And
get it.
speaking of jazz, La La Land was his
Yes!
next film. Which was,
You might be the Segway king.
Yeah, he's good at segues.
I'll take it.
I'm very impressed.
Much like how Ryan Gosling accepted the award, was on stage to accept Best Picture when La La Land was wrongly announced over Moonlight. But yeah, La La Land, massive success. Ryan Gosling was again like, hey, you can be funny, you can be dramatic, you can sing and dance. People like, you can't sing that well, maybe don't be in musicals. But I disagree. I think his voice is great.
Yeah.
So you've seen it and you loved La La
Yeah,
Land?
I loved La La Land. I was La La for La La Land.
No.
If you said Gaga for La La Land, that would have made some
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Take it from me. they call me the king of sense.
Because he ain't got no dollars. Hey.
Hey, we're all friends here.
Has anyone else seen La La Land?
Yeah,
Did you enjoy it?
I did very much.
Right.
See, it's had mixed reviews. Friends of mine were like, nah, hated it. But I sort of figure, and I can see where they're coming from with some of their criticisms, but I figure I sat in that cinema and I really enjoyed myself and I enjoyed the whole story and like it was it was beautiful.
Yeah, really well shot. Like,
So well
the
shot.
Cinematography and everything like that
It was
is
great. And I really like Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling together. So I was like, I enjoyed myself, so who cares?
They've done a few movies together.
Mm-hmm.
I have done a few, yeah.
Sounds like at least 3.
At least 3. Yeah, so they did La La Land, Gangster Squad, and
Crazy
Crazy
Stupid
Stupid Love
Love,
together.
yeah. I like them together.
So you liked it, Dave? You haven't seen it?
Haven't seen it. It looks like something I would hate.
I haven't seen it either, and I wonder. I feel like I'd have to be in the right.
It's-
I like the
Do you like
guys.
musicals?
I hate musicals.
Okay, so you might actually like it. Because one of the criticisms is that it isn't that musical. It opens with 2
Right.
big musical numbers
Yeah.
and then pretty much drops off
So
entirely.
I hate
great.
musicals, but I really loved the Whiplash, the guy's other movie.
Yeah.
Love that.
Oh, yeah, I really like
Yeah.
Whiplash. Oh, he's a Whiplash guy. Yeah, I like Whiplash.
He made Whiplash, then he made La La Land, and then his next film, which I'll get to in
Another Goz.
one.
Give us the
point.
Goz.
That really goes me.
And then his most recent film, or cinema appearance, was the most recent Blade Runner film, which again, critical acclaim. Unfortunately, didn't make any money, lost a lot of money.
Really?
But so did the original Blade Runner.
Yeah, right.
Because when you make sequels to cult films, much like the comedy discussion we were having before, sometimes it's a bad decision.
Yeah.
Right. Are they,
Yeah.
is he going to do like several director's cuts again? And
Different director this time. It was directed by the same guy who made like Sicario and Prisoners, which starred Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. If you've seen that. He's a really good director. The sequel to Blade Runner, a lot of people like more than the first one. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I just know that I went in being like, I really like the first one. I hope they don't fuck it up. And they didn't. I left very happy. I actually saw it in Belfast. I wasted the one day I had in Belfast in a cinema. And I used wasted there, but I was happy because like it was a great movie.
oh, imagine if it sucked. That would have
Yeah.
been real bad.
That would have
It
been
was
a
like
waste.
£2.50 for a ticket, which is like $5 Australian dollars. I was like, what? Yeah, it was
Value.
great value.
No wonder it didn't make any money though.
Yeah, they need to charge me more.
It does feel strange that those movies don't make money. It feels to me, the logic holds up that a movie that becomes a big cult hit afterwards,
Should make
you
money.
should go back and cash in for the next movie at the cinemas, but it doesn't seem to necessarily go that way.
The first Blade Runner came out in like 82.
Yeah, it's a pretty big gap.
Big gap. Followed by 2007. So like, hey, fingers crossed. It was like good though, just to see like them.
17, right?
17.
Yes.
2017. Did I say 7?
Yes.
Maybe. Whoops.
You've done that twice today. You're like, because I drop a century, you drop a decade. So you don't have it as bad as me.
Yeah, I
but-
was going to say that's less.
It's only 10% bad. As bad.
And yeah, his next role, the next film that's coming out, is called The First Man, where he's reunited from the director of La La Land and Whiplash. It's about Neil Armstrong. And Ryan Gosling is playing Neil Armstrong.
I assumed it was going to be about Adam from Adam and Eve.
Nah,
I think that's probably the reference there, though. First Man on the Moon, though.
So that's the next one.
Comes out next year.
Does he wear like a leaf over his dick?
Fingers crossed they've just gone with artistic license of spacesuit and just a leaf over his dick.
Yeah.
Exposed genitals, but a leaf.
Yeah, that's great.
And behind the leaf is a dog dick.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Is it going to be a musical?
No, I don't think so. Whiplash isn't.
Good news.
Yeah, Whiplash isn't really a music. Well, I guess you could see it as a musical. There's a lot of music in it, but there's no songs.
Right. Yeah, I'm okay with musicals, but I don't love them. Like I really like Annie, the old Annie.
That's a musical.
Right.
That's a full-on musical.
That's full on musical, all right. But I
La
can't
La
think of
Land,
another one
yeah.
I like.
Like you said, it opens with a song and dance number, but then it's just kind of a nice story with some music in there.
Pretty sure I like Annie because of just nostalgia for my childhood back in the 20s in Depression
New York.
era in New York.
I always forget that you grew up in the Great Depression.
Yeah,
in
well, I
New
mean,
York.
I say grew up. I was pretty old at that
Yeah,
stage,
yeah.
but
You could
You
relate.
also adopted an orphan.
younger.
Yeah.
Yeah. That Daddy Warbucks was based on me.
I never noticed, but now it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Is that an Annie reference?
Yes.
A nanny reference would be Mr. Sheffield.
How have we brought up the nanny again? I love it.
It's a great. I don't know. Does the Nanny hold up? Has anyone seen
Oh, definitely. So good.
I mean, it's as good as it was then.
Miss Fine! It's good stuff.
I
So
hate
good.
Cece so much.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're supposed to.
Yeah.
But she's a bitch.
But she's also a babe. I saw
She's
an
not a
episode
babe.
recently. She's a babe.
She's not a babe. She's gross.
Go back.
No. I never got
As
back.
a kid, I was like, I just like, she's so mean. She's Babcock. And now I'm like, she's mean.
Just quickly.
That's Cece.
Just before I wrap up my report, and there's only like a tiny bit left, I just want to quickly take a vote. Don't think that I'm tying this back in. It's not. I just want to. So, Niles from The Nanny versus Niles from Frasier. Who's your favorite Niles?
Good one.
Oh, the nanny.
good.
Frasier.
In what way?
Just as a general
to watch,
character.
as a
I
general.
reckon.
Oh, maybe the nanny, actually.
The nanny is the guy. Like he's the like the. Nah, it's
Frasier,
probably
he's a real wimp.
Yeah, he's probably a better character. The better characters are Frasier Niles.
Yeah. See, I'm going to go with Frasier Niles as well. So we've split it. So tweet us in.
Yeah, let us
Deciding vote.
Deciding
Who's the
vote.
best
You, the
Niles?
listeners, which Niles is the best Niles?
know. Yeah.
Is
Anyway,
there also Niles in Buffy?
there's also the River
Giles.
Giles. Damn.
You fucking
Played
idiot.
by Stuart Head.
Niles. Oh, that's half of your
Anthony
name.
Stuart Head? Yeah.
What about the guy from One Direction?
Niall.
Niall, singular.
What about the river, plural?
Oh, very good.
Oh.
I hate
two
this.
Niles rivers.
Anyway, Ryan Gosling nominated for. He's won 20 awards. He's been nominated for 100. Those are actual numbers.
Bloody hell. Jess would love that.
100, yeah.
20 and 100.
No more.
No
I-
more. Well,
Quit
unfortunately,
again.
I'd like to award him with one more. My favorite person.
Oh, 101's still a nice
That's
number.
adorable. And you are obviously single. Oh. Who's your favourite person? Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
I
Next
love
question.
him. Yeah.
So you love him as a guy too.
Love him as a person.
So he's a good person.
I think he's cool.
Yeah, I didn't mention this, but yeah, he's also like quite charitable. Like he's involved in a lot of charity work and stuff like that. So he just seems like a good person.
Do you foresee a time where he'll quit acting again?
Well, if it follows the same pattern, he'll probably be the first man will probably be real good, and then whatever he does after that will be shit.
He seems to take it really to heart. It's like, I did 3 great films, 1 terrible one. I'm quitting forever.
Well-
it's like no one remembers the shit. No one remembers Gangster Squad. Who cares?
I think the issue is more that he doesn't like. It's not like he takes it to heart. It's like he's in a bunch of really popular movies, and then he's like, actually, maybe I am a good actor, and then he takes too big of a risk.
Sure.
And then he's like, whoa, need to calm down.
Dusha, would it be fair to say that his biggest fault is that he cares too much?
I think that is the biggest fault. And
Bad
I just
acting.
realized that I know I've wrapped up the report now, but I just realized I skipped a part that I foreshadowed heaps.
I'll reopen it.
The
Reopen the report.
movies.
No. Yes, but I was going to end the episode with that.
Right.
But I
Call this
was like-
bit fun fact.
Oh, his current partner?
his current partner.
Oh, yes.
So he was in a film in 2012 called Place Beyond the Pines, which
That was popular.
it was popular. Did pretty well. His partner in that film was Eva Mendes, who is now his partner in real life, and they have 2 kids together.
Are they married?
No.
Not married, just have the kids.
Eva Mendes. What else is she in?
Oh my God, you don't know Eva Mendes. She's
I
in
know the name.
The Other Guys. She plays Will Ferrell's wife in The Other Guys.
Oh, okay.
and
Controversial.
she's drop dead gorgeous, and he talks about her like she's gross. It's actually
You got to be there, Dave.
fucking funny.
Actually,
Anything
The Other
else?
Guys is a film that should be bad, but is actually very good.
The
Yeah.
other guys, what is that?
It stars
Will Ferrell, Marky Mark.
Oh, sorry. That's not the Russell Crowe, Ryan Gosling.
that's-
No,
the
that's the
Nice
nice
Guys.
guys.
So the
The Other Guys.
no, yeah, right.
I've seen the other
I
guy.
think I've seen the other guys as well.
It starts.
Eva
It
Mendes
actually might be
is
an
in
Adam
Hitch.
McKay film as well.
Right. At some sort of, they're like buddy cop film?
It's a buddy
Yeah.
cop film that actually starts. The first 20 minutes is about The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson as the best cops ever, but
Yep.
they're so good that they think they can survive jumping off a building,
Oh, great.
and they don't.
That sounds funny.
It's very funny.
Yeah, that sounds like that was probably all right.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in the cinema and being like, not expecting much and leaving, being like, I had a good laugh. That was good.
Right.
Eva Mendes and Ryan Gosling, though, having children. How good looking are those children going to be? Holy shit.
Was that a fun fact, Jess?
Yes.
Eva Mendes is also quite is just under 10 years older than Ryan Gosling as well, considering the Sandra Bullock thing.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
So there we go.
There we go. Well done.
So 3 films. If you haven't seen any Ryan Gosling films, Drive. Probably give La La Land a crack as well. Shows a bit of versatility. And an earlier work, go with Half No. And actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Go with Lars and the Real Girl, because he's not handsome in that at all. He's put on a bit of weight. He's got a really gross mustache. But it's very, very good. And if you just want to fuck your life up, watch Blue Valentine, because that'll make you be like, maybe I don't want to date ever again. And maybe if I am married, I should get a divorce now.
Right. And where does
I
Gangster
probably
Squad?
Won't, probably won't.
Gangster Squad?
Where does that fit on the list? Because out of all the films, that's the one I want to see. Sounds like me. Action. Yes.
Yeah, you're an action man.
Action, forgettable. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gangsters. Squads. I love groups of people.
Sean Penn's in it, I think.
He's a great actor.
Jeez, he's fallen. He was so respected, and it seems like that's fallen away a bit recently.
I think he was. Well, he made I Am Sam, and no one gave him shit for it when they probably should have.
Right.
It was.
Yeah. No, he didn't. He was. That was like award buzz sort of stuff. Great soundtrack of Beatles covers. That movie.
Yes.
It's almost like you're putting together a little tasting paddle of movies here for us. Little Goz paddle. I'm loving it. You got the, what would you call, what's the stout, and then work our way over to the...
Oh,
I mean, he's already given you the 3.
Yeah,
Are
I
you
know.
trying to find a way to make Ryan Gosling relatable?
Yeah,
To you?
Using beer?
I need to make that relate to me.
/ or like a dark ale. Probably go with Drive. It's a bit
Drive,
mild. Yeah.
And then what's your wacky one? I'd like something in here that I haven't tasted before.
Gangster Squad.
Obviously.
Something
That's the palate cleanser.
Bit wacky.
No, what is it? The fat one where he's fat. You
Lars
just
and the
said.
Real Girl.
Yeah.
It's a bit wacky.
Great.
It's
Right,
not
perfect.
wacky in the sense of, whoa, it's like, oh, that's strange and nice and I'm feeling things.
Oh.
Well, thanks so much for doing the report.
look,
If that was fantastic.
Yeah,
I
that
didn't
was
know much
awesome.
about Ryan Gosling, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Good. I'm glad that, I'm really sorry that no one got murdered and there was no mysteries.
Never apologise for that.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Look, I did what I could.
Don't apologise. We do have to thank some Patreon listeners, though, don't we?
Would you be interested in thanking
Absolutely.
some of them?
I hope that, I've got some names here. That I hope that some of the names I say have listened to Plumbing the Death Star and hate it. That was not for me.
So we'd like to thank the people that support us through Patreon. Patreon.com/dogoonpod is where you can pledge to the show if you enjoy listening every single week. And I would like to thank... Is it okay if I go first?
Dave, I mean,
Please.
you've just jumped in. Very Ryan Gosling of you, taking the initiative.
Is this good? Is that good?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Just saying his name is good for me, to be honest.
Oh, really? You just love him that much?
I have a shirt with his face on it.
Really?
It's actually my Twitter profile picture.
So if you had...
I got 2 shirts with his face on it, actually. One where he's on the face of an actual Gosling.
Oh,
I don't wear that shirt in
perfect.
public.
I like that. Well, if you had to meet a celebrity, you got to talk to them, get their autograph, that kind of thing. Is he your number one?
That's a tough one because I like him so much that I feel like that I might blow it, and not I don't think I'd be a creep. It's just I'd be
You'd balloon it.
good throwback. I just worry that I'd be I'd leave and be like, fuck. I either came across weird or I didn't ask him something I wanted to, or I'd go into it too casual and then just have a nothingy conversation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
it's a
tough one.
it's a tough one.
Never meet your heroes.
How about we do this, right? Each name will get Duscher to allocate a Gosling film.
A film. I was going to say recommend a movie, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay?
You hear the name, what movie do you think they remind you of or what they should watch? Mm-hmm. So I would like to thank, these are all Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for everyone that does support the show. But specifically this week from Sacramento, California.
The capital.
The capital of California, that is right. I would like to thank Jack Bergstrom. Jack Bergstrom.
All right. California kind of reminds me of the beach. I'm going to go with the nice guys. Ryan Gosling goes for a swim in a suit when he's real drunk.
Oh, enjoy that, Jack. Enjoy.
That's good.
Great one.
Is Bergstrom the name of the singing cowboy from The Simpsons that Lisa falls in love with? Mr. Bergstrom.
Also sounds like a member of Mayhem. Black metal band reference for anyone out there. Nope.
Possibly someone out there, but just not in here.
Mayhem. I love metal band names that you have to really squint to be able to read.
Oh,
what
Mayhem,
the name says.
absolutely one
Some
of
of
them.
their...
It looks like a tree that's grown. the branches have sort of all intertwined.
Some of the writing of the films of the metal bands, they have a lineup, 10 different names, and I can't read a single one. All right, I'd also like to thank all the way from Suffolk and GB. I would like to thank John Paul Hoare. John Paul
Hoare's a cool name.
Let's go with Great Britain. When I was there, it was pretty cold. Blue Valentine. Sorry about the
Great.
sad movie recommendation, but...
But you think John Paul Hoare would enjoy it?
I reckon
Or you
it's
think
a great film.
Especially
So.
on a cold Suffolk day.
Yeah, exactly.
John Paul Hoare, let us know what you think about this movie.
Yeah, if you've seen it and hate it, tweet Matt.
Yes, I will.
Matt will enjoy that.
I will forward on the apology from Duscher.
Matt, would you like to thank some people?
I would love to. I would so love to. Could I thank from Bargara in Queensland? Thank Kobe Jenkins.
That's a good name.
Kobe Jenkins is a great name.
Kobe.
I feel like he should be in. What movie would he be in? I'm changing it. Not these aren't recommendations. These are movies that, if when the technology becomes available, which I think it already is, will insert you into these movies.
Whoa, that's a big one. Because Kobe, instantly I wanted to put him in a basketball film, but
Of course.
Ryan Gosling sadly has not strayed into
But he's from country Queensland. I'm guessing it's country, Bargara. Maybe it's a suburb.
Well, if you're thinking sports related, what about Remember the Titans?
Oh
Yeah, actually, that's
good. Very good.
Yeah, Yeah, let's put him in Remember the Titans.
Kobe Jenkins could be the quarterback.
Definitely.
That's a very quarterback name.
Quarterback. I reckon
Kobe, you know?
he's the quarterback who injures himself and has to be replaced by Dawson from Dawson's Creek. I've changed this movie to Far City Blues. But anyway.
Yeah, that's good. That's another great sporting film.
And from Bridgewater, M.A. Dave, where's M.A.?
So Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. I love it. All right, from Bridgewater, Massachusetts, it's Tim Gannon.
Let's go with Place Beyond the Pines, because Massachusetts sounds like it has trees.
Yeah, well, that's where Boston's from, right?
Love it.
And Tim's nickname in high school, I imagine, was Tim Gannon the Cannon. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Also has a great quarterback arm.
It's weird that you're, like, all your fans are quarterbacks.
Yeah, we got a lot of quarterbacks.
Yeah,
fans.
we've
Yeah.
nailed the jock market.
Strictly no nerds.
No,
on this fact.
no narcs.
Hey, Jock, you get a little of the nerd? Pardon me.
Get out of here, nerd. Mate, is it my turn? May I thank some
Yes,
people?
I love you to thank
Jess,
people.
do go on.
Thank you so much. From Burke, I would like to thank. I've got two cool names here. This first cool name, Max Duke.
That's another quarterback name.
That's a quarterback
amazing
name.
name. Max Duke.
Max Duke.
I know I've already recommended this, but Max Duke sounds like he'd like The Nice Guys a lot.
Yeah.
Or, because it's a real cool name, Drive is a real cool movie.
I reckon
Okay.
he could be in the passenger seat.
Yeah, he could.
He could be the navigator. Max Duke.
And just next left, driver.
Thanks, Max. Which Burke?
Just the lights.
Where's Burke? Is that Burke in Queensland?
Burke, Virginia.
Oh,
USA.
Burke, Virginia. He's a mountain mama. Is that a line in that song?
Nah.
West Virginia. Mountain mama. Have I been singing that wrong all these years?
At least you haven't been putting Simply and Irresistible on music.
Simply irreplaceable.
That's what you're doing. Simply Irresistible is what you're mixing up.
Irresistible.
Oh, I just thought that song was irresistible.
Oh my god. God, we work hard with him. Sorry about him.
No, that's okay.
I've got one more from Plymouth. I would like to thank Anna Fox.
Oh, they are both great names.
Yeah.
They've both got X's in them. I think that's
yeah,
what
X is cool.
X is cool. It's shorthand for cool. If you want to be cool, get an X in your name.
Anna Fox sounds like that's also like an author name, like a very much, like if I went into like best published, best-selling books,
Anna Fox.
Anna Fox next to J.K. Rowling
Yeah.
and...
Initial A Fox.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's
good.
good.
Sly as A Fox.
That's very good.
Thank you so
Stop
much.
patting me on the head.
Good boy. Good boy.
What are you inserting her into?
Phew. Let's put her in... Where would A Fox fit real well?
Yeah. Too bad he wasn't in The Fantastic Mr. Fox, because that would have been a no-brainer.
Well, actually, that has given me an idea. Lead actor in Fantastic Mr. Fox, George Clooney.
Clooney.
She's now in Ides of March.
Great.
Enjoy that.
Ah,
Anna
good
Fox.
one.
Nice.
And what's that
Enjoy it.
movie? That's politics. So she's the president in that
Yeah,
now?
maybe. You know what? I'm happy for her to be the president.
Anna Fox is another... That's a great president name as
President
well.
Fox.
Yes.
Whoa.
She is
Love
British, so that's breaking some rules. She's going to have to do an accent.
That's so
Dave, could you just give her a quick lesson in how to do an American accent?
I'll roll you every day for a month.
Thank you, Mr. President.
You're welcome, sir.
The line isn't even month. It's a year.
I haven't seen the fucking film.
Well,
but
that's
we
your problem.
corrected you the first time.
Did you?
You actually said it right the first time.
Yeah, then changed.
And then you were like, is it month or a year? And then we were like, it's a year.
God,
and then
I
you
didn't-
just went with month.
I don't
Joel,
remember
would
that.
you do us the honour of thanking a couple as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Dive into that list there, wherever it takes your fancy.
Yep.
All right, from Sutherland, Great Britain, we have Joe Morrit.
Ooh,
Joe
Morrit.
That's a really... I don't think you get away with that name outside of Sutherland,
Yeah, it's very, very British.
which is unfortunate that he lives in Sunderland.
Whoops.
Mate, you better
right.
get out of there quick.
Okay.
Joe Morrit. Oh, you sound like you've got just
No,
as
I
good of a
wasn't at
knowledge.
all. I wasn't at all.
What are we thinking there?
you-
Was he doing anything British-ish?
Has he been in any
He
British?
could do. He's so versatile.
He's very versatile.
Hello, I'm Ryan Gosling.
Oh my god.
Cup of tea and a bicky. I'll pop a brew on. Ooh, ah.
I didn't realize I was in the room with such a professional.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
It's quite
That is good.
intimidating. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm kind of going into shock.
I know. I know.
Poor.
Ooh, ah.
Between the American accents and the British accents in here, I'm very, 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 very impressed.
We're so much more than just podcasters.
Yeah.
For example, just then I hit my head on that wall behind me.
I saw that.
You're sitting so far from the wall as
Yep,
well.
I am. And I hit my head kind of hard. So let's wrap this up. I may need a hospital.
Well, what movie's Joe in?
Oh, Morat.
I hear English and half Nelson sounds English.
Half
to me.
Nelson, yeah, because Nelson was a famous.
That's right, Horatio
I've got
Nelson.
a half Nelson over here. I'm a little bit aroused. Isn't it?
Who was that? Lord Nelson. What was
Yeah,
his?
Horatio Nelson is the guy in Trafalgar Square.
Yes, the big. He was when I was there. He was being re-erected, I think.
Oh, was he now?
Yeah, which,
Half
Oh,
Nelson, it's pick for you, Joe. And all right, I'll go with next person. I'd just like to thanks for being a Patreon to Do Go On, and just remember to head to patreon.com/Do Go On Pod.
there we go. No.
Wow, this
Nailed it.
guy is a pro.
Yeah, thank you so much to Trent Unruh from Taft, CA.
Taft.
California. I wrote that every day for a month.
Taft. That's a Simpsons reference as well. I think that was the president. Taft. Is that ringing any bells, Dave?
No.
Homer or someone goes Taft.
Remember that time they said that one word, Dave? For
No.
fuck's
He knew, like, he is very good with these normally. That's the first time I've stumped him. Maybe because I've made it up. Taft.
Oh, it looks like
Taft.
it's like there's a spark there. Like,
No, I just don't want to not remember it, but I just can't.
All right,
sorry.
Trent.
So if he's from Taft.
well, he's got a really like wrestling name, which would make me pick Half Nelson, but we just picked that.
Trent,
They can have it as two co-stars.
yeah.
Trent Unruh.
They could be the undercard in the wrestling movie.
Yeah, I'm going to
wrestling-
cast him in The Wrestler, I guess, instead. Yeah, which is Ryan Gosling is not in, but it's a great film.
But Ryan Gosling enjoys that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, that's great. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Done.
Joe and Trent.
Thanks so much, everyone.
Duscher was worried that you guys would. Oh no, actually no. He was hoping that you guys know his podcast and hate it.
Because then you'd be like, finally, my name's about to get read out on Do Go On. What the fuck?
Not that guy.
But yeah, sorry if you wanted to hear your own name said by someone from Do Go On. And
I'm from Do Go On. Thanks, Joe Morat and Trent Unruh. I think if you.
There we go.
If you weren't happy with Joel, then I don't know if you can be happy with this.
Yeah.
You step down.
He's pointing at his dick.
He's always pointing his dick.
Hands above the board.
I hope you're
Fingers
happy with
pointing
this.
down.
Yeah, you can still.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Can't be happy with this. He's licking his lips too. It's very strange. He's a very strange pup.
I just had some pretzels.
It's all right. He's
Prepsels?
Let's go to the tape. I think I nailed that one.
I don't think he did. I think he said
Got-
prepsels. Let's
we're-
get out of here.
We're going to wrap this up. Duscher, thank you so much for coming in. Now, if people haven't heard your podcast, you are on a few on the Sanspants Network.
Yeah, I
We've
am.
mentioned Plumbing the Death Star.
So I'm on Plumbing the Death Star frequently. I'm one of the hosts of that. I appear pretty frequently on Shut Up a Second, which is a podcast that actually gets compared to this one sometimes.
Hello.
'Cause Shut Up a Second.
Favorably.
So Shut Up
Or
a
it's like,
Second.
this podcast shit. It's like, do go on. Shit.
So Shut Up a Second, we pick topics, I guess, kind of similar, and we go through like the history, the facts, and the pop culture behind it. But our topics are usually
That was our idea.
our topics are usually not well. Like, there's no reports, and a lot of the time we're going from memory, so we're wrong often, like how we forgot that flamingos could fly.
Yeah, that is not a good sign.
You were thinking of flamenco dancers.
Ah, we were.
Who, ironically, can also fly. Got a bad
weird.
memory. Got a
Yeah.
bad memory.
Like,
But your shows are very, very funny. Shut up a
Yeah.
second. Is there any others you appear on?
I'm on D&D's for Nerds sometimes. There's some campaigns I pop up in, but because that's like a serialized thing, you won't necessarily get me. But that's our second most popular show, so if you're interested in like D&D podcasts, especially if you listen to
Which stands for?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Right.
So if you're a Planet Broadcasting fan, you've heard Dragon Friends, and you'd like to listen to another D&D podcast that's also like quite heavily involved in comedy, D&D is for Nerds.
Thanks so much for coming on, douche.
No worries.
Do you mind if I
Thanks,
call
man.
you the douche?
You can absolutely call me that.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
good.
I rolled the douche every day for a month.
If you aren't familiar with the douche's work, you can check out those episodes I did a little while ago.
Yeah, probably do that
Hopefully
stuff.
you'll get Jess on sometime soon.
Yeah, we want Jess on.
I refuse.
You don't have to talk about
I think
dog
she'd be
dicks
so
if that makes
good
you
on
feel
it.
better.
Oh, no, I will only come on if I get to talk about dog
Okay,
dick.
cool.
I think
And
you-
even then, I still refuse because I'm a podcast diva. That's what happens. I used to be friendly. Now, don't look me in the eye.
She's very
I'm so sorry.
she's very funny, but very hard to deal with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Dave, if you want to come on, because you've been on Shut Up a Second, you haven't been on Plumbing the Death Star. Love to have all of you guys on. One at a time, though.
always available. Always
Good.
available.
And like if you've listened to other podcasts, like we've had.
I'm very rarely available, but always happy.
But yeah, Alistair from Two of the Think Tank has also recently been on Plumbing the Death Star. So if you've only heard Planet Broadcasting podcast and you want someone to like dip in,
Branch out.
here we go. Oh yeah,
Not
and-
too far.
This has become one of the longest episodes we've ever done.
I know.
Well, at least for quite a while.
Jesus.
Hey, Ryan Gosling, he's just that great a man.
Thanks so much for having me, guys.
Thank you
Thanks
so
much
much.
for being
Fun.
We will be back next week, and until then, I will say goodbye.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates. It's not optional, you have to do it. We used to go easy on it, but now you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.